The following is a Dowling Catholic Sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio. Our coverage of Dowling Catholic Sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, Kemen, Mercy One, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Skeffington's Fromaware, Bozen the Florist, Northwest Bank, and Catholic United Financial. Thank you for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
Completed 3 passes throughout the rest of the game, so that's something that's got to change. We do have a kind of a quarterback shakeup. We're going to see Dante Cataldo and Jake English share the quarterbacking duties tonight. But the Maroons did get their rushing game going. Cam Middleton, 21 carries, 92 yards, and he had both touchdowns for the Maroons last week.
Yeah, when Dowling has their offense going with the running game and they're able to control the line of scrimmage, a lot of good things happen, and that's them staying ahead of the chains and eliminating penalties and stuff like that. You have to be able to run the football, but in order to do that, you have to open up your passing game a little bit. Because you're facing teams that there's 6, 7, 8 guys in the box, and it makes it real difficult to try.
And Carson Brown, Dowling's leading receiver, as far as yardage, did not catch a pass last week. So that just tells you Cooper Nicholson had the one big catch for 47 yards, and the Maroons also had a touchdown call back. On the other side,
I think that was the key. That was a backbreaker, having that touchdown get called back in that holding call.
That was in the fourth quarter. That would have put Dowling up by 10. Instead, they had a punt, and then field position favored Iowa City High, who came away with the victory 21-17. And thus this week, Dowling defense, they're getting stronger and better. Mata Brua, who will also be in the homecoming court, or is in the homecoming court tonight. We'll talk more about that on this Dowling homecoming, but he's back in the lineup. Through that rotation on the defensive line, they had a pretty good game, but they gave up 2 big trick plays. The old Philly special in the first half gave Iowa City High the lead at halftime, and then at the end of the game, the final 69 seconds, Matt, the double reverse flea flicker was the final straw, and the Maroons got caught napping on 2 plays that basically kind of cost them the game, but it was a lot of stuff in between that really happened.
And it's disciplined football, and in those trick plays will, I think as Coach Wilson would probably agree with, is it catches undisciplined teams. And when you're late in the game and all those kinds of things, I would say it's better that it happens this time of year than later on, because it won't happen again. And it's one of those things early on in the year, okay, we got this now, we know what we're doing, the kids can do it. Defensively tonight, they're looking at a quarterback that can run the ball more, and he's going to pass the ball. And so that front group that they rotate all those guys through, it's going to take a lot from Pettis and company up front to keep him contained.
Yeah, it certainly will. Again, Mark Amadale, Matt Mandering, John Chido pregame to tonight's Dowling and Council Bluffs Lincoln game here at Valley Stadium on a breezy night. The temperatures have cooled off, and John, I know you're going to be on the sideline. Let's talk about the matchup. First of all, the Dowling offense against the Council Bluffs Lincoln defense, and they start 3 seniors, 5 juniors, and Johnny, 3 sophomores in this Council Bluffs Lincoln defense, who are giving up an average of 33.2 points a contest. Their record's 3-1. They played predominantly smaller schools, 4A schools, but they did get a win over Sioux City West a couple weeks ago. Talk about the Dowling offense and what they present with the dual quarterbacks going on tonight. I don't know if it'll be every other series or every 2 series. We'll see Dante Cataldo or Jake English playing quarterback. Talk about that.
Yeah, it's going to be nice to see a different dynamic thrown out here, and a great opportunity for Dowling's offense to succeed, and Jake to feed off Dante to feed off Jake, and really help each other out, because together they could be one heck of a weapon. And moving forward, it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. But, Council Bluffs runs the same type of defense I think we've seen for the last couple of weeks. They have that 4-3, looks like a 4-4 with that overhang, and they walk that sandbacker up and make things difficult, and makes the offensive line job difficult on who they need to block, and that sort of thing. So it's important for them to get off to a good start, but not only get off to a good start, but keep it going and get some confidence and get back to winning, which makes everything great, right? When things aren't going so good, then it seems like the whole world's coming down. But keep in mind, they played the first four games have been against the top 10, top 5
teams
in the
in
state.
5A, yeah.
I mean, what a schedule,
Well, when you win 7 in a row, state titles,
Yeah.
you're going to get that type of schedule, and we just happen to get it this year. At least Dowling has been over. Now, the Maroons will continue the change at left guard. Cade Batterton will once again get his second start there, and the offensive line has to eliminate mistakes. We saw some penalties, and we've talked about this before, Johnny, so penalties got to be part of that equation too offensively.
Yeah, no, there's no question. There's nothing worse than when you have 2nd and 2 and you run a play and get the first down, and then all of a sudden it gets called back for a penalty. Now you're looking at 2nd and 15, 2nd and 20, and, I guarantee as a coach it goes against your game plan. It takes you out of your game plan, and you're trying to figure out plays and to get back into that rhythm of staying ahead of the chains because, we don't have the big play. We need to go down the field and complete passes and keep ahead of the chains with the running game, and then that big play will open up.
And the play that Coach Mandering was referring to came about, I'd say the 7-minute mark of the fourth quarter. Jake English on a 28-yard touchdown pass to Cooper Nicholson, but it all came back due to a holding call. The Maroons were backed up to the Iowa City 40. They had a penalty the next play, so it ended up being almost a 45-yard and 2 penalties. And the Maroons had a punt, and that's when Iowa City made their run. So that was how key that was. Matt, we'll go with you on the Council Bluffs Jefferson offense against Dowling's defense. And now Jefferson has a quarterback, Eli Lusaggio. I had a chance to practice that name last year because he played basketball for a very fine Lynx team for Coach Isaacson as we went over there on a February Thursday night to take on the Lynx. But Lusaggio came off the bench. Well, he is their quarterback, and yes, he has more yards rushing than he has passing, 488 yards rushing and just 371 yards passing. But he is their quarterback, and he's a good athlete, and that's something that's going to get the eyes and ears of the Dowling defensive line and the linebackers.
Watching a little bit of them on tape, he is a threat in that backfield. And again, as you alluded to, Mark, it is about the run for him and not the pass. And anything that they try to do with the pass is quick hitters. And so it's quick out to the edge. It might be a little bubble or it might be a quick slant or something like that, but it's going to be quick. They want to get the ball out of his hands because he's not a pocket guy. Mm-hmm. And so I think you're going to see the defense walk a lot of guys up. There's going to be a lot of guys up within about 10 yards of the football. And if there's 8 guys in the box and match up on the edges, that might be likely what's going to happen. So it's going to be a big night for the linebackers as far as if they can stay disciplined and stay in their alleys to make sure he doesn't get out. If Eli gets out there and gets in space, then he's going to create some issues for the Dowling defense.
All right, once again, you're listening to the pregame show here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. No live stream tonight. There'll be no TV video of tonight's game. Other games going on in the Class 5A and some 4A district games tonight. And these are all kicked off and underway because we are the late game tonight across all the District 5A and 4A football. Roosevelt is at second-ranked Ankeny. That game is on CISN.TV, along with Johnson at Waukee. Other games has Waterloo West at number 3 Southeast Polk, 4th-ranked Valley on the road at Marshalltown, Des Moines East at number 6 Urbandale. Other games has Sioux City West at Waukee Northwest, Sioux City North at Ames, Ankeny Centennial at Sioux City East. Des Moines Lincoln is at Des Moines North, and unfortunately there was a forfeit already this week. Cedar Rapids Prairie at Ottumwa. Ottumwa had to postpone the game due to COVID, so it's a forfeit, 1-0 win for the Cedar Rapids Prairie Hawks. So that's a look at some of the games in Class 4A. We have Glenwood at Hoover, Webster City at Fort Dodge, and Mason City at Decorah. We're going to take a break. Earlier I caught up with head coach Tom Wilson of Dowling Catholic. The Maroons come in with a record of 1-3, and they have dropped some games here lately. The Maroons have lost 4 of the last 5 games, dating back to the 2 overtime loss in the Unidome last year in the semifinals to Ankeny. So the Maroons trying to right the ship. I had a conversation with head coach Tom Wilson. That's coming up here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Thank you, Ashworth Vision Clinic, for underwriting Dowling Catholic Sports 365 on Iowa Catholic Radio. Ashworth Vision Clinic online at ashworthvision.com. Ashworth Vision Clinic, 515-440-4610.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Chemin, a global ingredient manufacturer using science to transform the quality of life for 80% of the world with their products and services. Chemin, using science to transform the world. Chemin.com. Thank you, Chemin, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Welcome back to the pregame show here on Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Mark Amadeo now joined by head coach Tom Wilson as Dowling takes on Council Bluffs Lincoln tonight here at Valley Stadium in Dowling's homecoming. And Coach Wilson, thank you for taking time to visit with us again. It's hard to believe we're at week 5.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, week 5 of the high school football season, Coach. I know last week we looked back and Dowling a loss on the road, 21-17, a loss in the final 69 seconds. It had to be a tough break, but some mental errors, some costly errors, and did some pretty good things also. It's kind of a mixture, but bottom line is you come down I-80 with the loss, and now you're 1-3, and now your back's against the wall, Coach, trying to make the playoffs, and hopefully that'll happen.
Yeah, it was a tough night. I mean, we felt like we were getting ready to take control of the ball game, and then we have a special teams error, and it seems like that. If it's not one thing, it's another. So that's really frustrating for us. But it's in the past, and really what we have to do is look forward and try to go on a run.
Well, Coach, in the game against City High, you scored on 2 of your first 3 possessions. The second score was a field goal that either way could have be a touchdown, but you were up at the time. But you trailed at halftime 14-10, and it was again short field for City High. They scored a 9-play, 26-yard drive and an 8-play, 33-yard drive to score in the first half. And I know that's frustrating, but you gave a team short field, and again, your defense is out there way too long. But you did get off to a great start.
Yeah, that's kind of a story of the season. And offensively, there's times where we just kind of hurt ourselves. And they've got a pretty good defense. But I thought we were doing some good things early, and then we get a turnover, we get a chance to really do something, and then we don't, and then we snap it over our punter's head, and then the wheels fall off there for a while, and we right the ship, and we had our chances and just didn't capitalize.
Well, Cam Middleton, 21 carries, 92 yards. He scored both Dowling touchdowns, and Diego again with another field goal. So, scoring-wise, not too bad, but the frustrating part, completing passes. The first pass of the game to Cooper Nicholson, 47 yards, got you goal to goal down in the City High territory, but then only 3 completions the rest of the game. And that has to be frustrating when you need to move the change, and that had to be frustrating because your rushing game wasn't that bad, but it's a balance.
Oh, it is, and the way they're teeing off, we've got to be able to complete passes, and they don't really give you an intermediate passing game because it's all man cover for the most part, except on third down, and so you've got to take your shots, and you combine the last 2 weeks alone, we're 28% in completion percentages, and that's not going to beat many decent teams, and especially the teams of which we play. So we've got to be better, and that's why we try to coach, and that's why we practice and spend an awful lot of time, and we'll see what the future brings.
Well, defense has done a great job. They've been out there quite a bit, I think, but they've done a great job of fumble recovery and things like that. They seem like they're putting pressure on the offense at times, but you can't give them the short field. The Dowling defense has really stepped up, as they have all year.
Absolutely correct. I think they've done a great job, and I concur that they've been out there way too much, and we have to be able to sustain drives against quality teams, and part of that is converting third downs, which we haven't done, and this team has to grow. It's no different message than what I've told them, the last several weeks, and we continue to preach about it, continue to talk, and leaders continue to try to step up, but we've got to take what we do on the practice field and take it to the game field.
Well, Coach, you look back the rest of the schedule, and before we move to our next segment, your backs are kind of against the wall. You want to make the playoffs. Everybody wants to do that. The senior class wants to do that especially, but you got to take care of business. Do you have to run the table the next 5 games, or would it be helpful to run the table the next 5 games?
Well, I think at the end of the day, it would be very helpful to run the table. I mean, our RPI is going to be through the roof just on the quality of opponents that we have played, but I'm not so much worried about that. I'm worried about Council Bluffs, Abraham Lincoln, and even them and who our opponent is. I'm not as concerned about them as I am just ourselves. And we've got to eliminate mistakes, or that playoff dream is a pipe dream. So we've got a lot of work to do yet. We've got a lot to prove, and hopefully this team can grow.
This is with head coach Tom Wilson of Dowling Catholic before tonight's game between Council Bluffs Lincoln and Dowling Catholic. It's Maroons homecoming. Maroons coming in with a record of 1-3. Council Bluffs Lincoln a record of 3-1. And we'll return with more here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network with head coach Tom Wilson. We'll talk about tonight's opponent, Council Bluffs Lincoln, here on Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercy1.org.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Davenport, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
What is the best gift ever? Giving a Catholic education is at the top of my list. Your contribution to CTO helps families send their children to our Catholic schools who otherwise could not afford it. In giving to CTO, you receive the best tax credits ever. Pledge or donate online at ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their future.
Welcome back to the pregame show here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. Week 5 of the high school football season. Dowling and Council Bluffs Lincoln here at Valley Stadium on homecoming. And Coach, you take on the Council Bluffs Lincoln Lynx. We haven't played them probably since 2006 or 7. John Wolf still their head coach, 8 years. Done a nice job with the program, and they're off to a great start. They made the playoffs for the first time last year, and they're hoping to do the same. But they take on Dowling. What do you know about Council Bluffs Lincoln, Coach? And what kind of a bounce back? Obviously, time for the Maroons to run the table as you did. I think it was back in 2012 when you had back-to-back losses. You end up running the table into the playoffs.
As you mentioned, Coach Wolf's done a nice job with that program, and they're a spread offense. Quarterback's fairly talented. They got a nice running back. They try to mix the ball. They've got their share of guys that play both ways as well, But I think the quarterback's athletic. I think he can extend plays with his feet, which obviously has our attention. Defensively, they're a 4-3, mostly 2-high team. Not a heavy pressure team. Kind of what you see is what you get. They've played a schedule at this point that I'm not sure included any 5A teams, but they've played the likes of Glenwood and Denison Schleswig and Sioux City West and things like that. So I think with our schedule, we've seen. I think we've lost to teams that are ranked 1, 3, and 5, and I think they're 1, 2, and 3 in the RPI right now. So we feel like we've seen some of the best, and it's time for us to trudge forward and get better.
Last week, Coach, I think you made a change. One change was on your offensive line, and you brought in a young man off your 2-deep to get the start at left guard. And I don't know how that graded out, but I always try to ask you. Somebody that's not recognized, and for Dowling, that was a young man who got the start at left guard, and that was Cade Batterton, a junior. And talk about some of the young men we don't talk about a lot in the radio. Mostly it's the offensive defensive line. And your thoughts on that, and how did Cade perform?
Yeah, Cade has done a nice job for us, and he's been rotating in and out and things like that, and he got more reps last week. And Cade brings a level of toughness to that offensive line that we certainly like, and he continues to get better. One of the things that we'd encouraged him to do is to get in better condition, and he spent a lot of time after practices doing extra, and he's worked to earn his playing time, and certainly proud of him for that. So, that was one change we made last week. I think, this week what you will see is probably some newer faces at tight end. I think you'll see a little bit more of Winget. Jalen Thompson will obviously get his reps, and then we'll play 2 quarterbacks tonight.
You mentioned a couple of those changes, but quarterback, Dante Cataldo, and, of course, your starter, Jake English, who took over for Smolik. So you'll see we're going to run the 2 quarterback system, and that's something that's been very successful here. And there's not a whole lot of, the old saying goes, if you're playing 2, you don't have 1 quarterback. Well, that's not been the case. You've won a few state titles with a pair of quarterbacks at the helm.
Oh, we have, but I think the big thing for us is to a lot has been thrust on Jake English's shoulders, and he certainly isn't all of our issues offensively, that's for sure. But part of it is to develop Dante and ease some of the pressure, and Dante will come in and do a nice job, and hopefully that allows Jake to continue to get playing time, but still elevate his level of play as well. So we'll see how it turns out, and the bottom line is, I've said all along, we've got to be able to run the ball, but as we mentioned earlier, you've got to mix in the pass to be able to take some of the heat off of the offensive line and those backs in order to get those tough yards.
Well, Coach, this week it's homecoming week at Dowling. It's obviously week 5 of the high school football season, and that's always presents itself. The kids get to be high school kids, and not only as a student athlete, but also take part in the homecoming festivities. And I know there's going to be a lot going on with the Hall of Fame inductions and halftime. Talk a little about that, some of the things going on this week, and promoting Dowling and celebrating Dowling.
Well, it is a great week, and honestly, I try to keep the kids focused on what we need to do. But I know, Powder Puff was the other night, and I saw one of our gals kicking the football that I should have talked to her a long time ago because she looked outstanding, and a lot of our varsity kids I know were there because I saw the video of it, and kicking field goals. She did a nice job, but you mentioned the Hall of Fame, and Jake Yasinich and Jason McMurray are going in, and those two kids are very dear to me, and I've got a great past with them, being able to coach them during their time there, and help us win a state championship in 2010. Judy Balducci going in, and obviously she deserves it, all of the work that she did here prior to me, but I've certainly heard about that, and we've probably haven't produced any better athlete than Becca Hittner. And after her career that she had at Drake, we're certainly honored that she could be in our Hall of Fame. And also John Wilkinson, when I got here, he was coaching softball and was assistant basketball, and then he ends up taking the head basketball coaching job, and was doing both of them for a couple of years, and a great man, and certainly passionate about Dowling, and so we certainly welcome him into our Hall of Fame as well. And so obviously we've had activities through the week, different dress-up days, the dance Saturday night, but for us, we'll focus on the football game tonight.
Coach Wilson, thanks for your time tonight. Best of luck to Dowling in Week 5 against Council Bluffs Lincoln on homecoming, and we'll talk to you at halftime and following the game.
All right, thank you.
Head coach Tom Wilson has been my guest here on the pregame show. This is Mark Hamadale from Valley Stadium. Coming up, Matt Maindring and John Child rejoin the pregame show here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Listen to The Uncommon Good with Bo Bonner and Dr. Bud Marr Wednesday mornings at 10 on Iowa Catholic Radio and on demand at iowacatholicradio.com and the Iowa Catholic Radio app.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio provided by Northwest Bank. Commitment you can bank on. Northwest Bank is a community bank serving Iowa and Nebraska. NW.BANK. Thank you, Northwest Bank, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment. Whether it's in the classroom or at home, Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium here in West Des Moines as we get set for Dowling and Council Bluffs Lincoln tonight. Week 5 of the high school football season. Mark Hamadale joined by Matt Maindring, John Chido. Pregame ceremonies going on. Late start as the Council Bluffs Lincoln football team was caught in traffic on I-80. A severe accident over by Stewart, and we hope everything works out there. But the team was late arriving, so we're looking at about a 7:55 time frame to start the contest. So we'll keep that in mind. But right now we will take a break, come back with more pregame from Valley Stadium. Matt, before we go, I know we're having some Hall of Fame ceremonies going on the field, but it should be a great night. And pretty decent temperatures. I just looked it up. 62 degrees, northwest wind at 6, so a beautiful night for football.
Beautiful night, and just, it's one of those nights where you have all the kids out here, and, you get the band going, you get the kids going, you get right now, you look at the field, and it's covered with kids, and we got the middle school band kids out there with our high school band, and just a lot of fun.
Yeah, it certainly is. And the wind has died down. Those flags were blowing out of the north, maybe 10, 20 miles an hour, about 5:30. Right now they're at 5 to 10 miles per hour, so light winds as we get set for football in Week 5. It's hard to believe we're over the halfway part tonight of the football season, Matt. I know the temperatures change, but it's hard to believe. And next week will be October 1st.
Yes.
It'll be Week 6. So, all right, it's Dowling with a record of 1-3. They're still in the top 10. They're ranked 10th in the latest polls. Council Bluffs Lincoln with a record of 3-1. We'll come back with more pregame after these messages here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Thank you, Ashworth Vision Clinic, for underwriting Dowling Catholic Sports 365 on Iowa Catholic Radio. Ashworth Vision Clinic online at ashworthvision.com. Ashworth Vision Clinic, 515-440-4610.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Chemin, a global ingredient manufacturer using science to transform the quality of life for 80% of the world with their products and services. Chemin, using science to transform the world. Chemin.com. Thank you, Chemin, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
And the national anthem being performed by not only the Dowling band, Matt Maindring, but also the middle school band that accompanies them tonight. What a touching sight. You see all those middle schoolers out there in their school colors with the maroons and the maroon band with their white trim and feathers. Yeah. Love that.
They got a little practice in this week up at school after school one night, and here they are ready to go. And you can hear them out there now playing the fight song. That's a lot of fun.
Absolutely. Well, John Chowda, you're on the Dowling sideline as we are still in our pregame here. We're probably about 7 minutes away from kickoff due to the late arrival of the Council Bluffs team. John, give us an update on the Dowling sideline tonight. It's good to be home.
Yeah, there's a lot of people wandering the sidelines, the friendly confines, you would say, of the Dowling Maroons sidelines. Yeah, like Matt mentioned, the middle school band playing along with the Dowling band. It's always nice to see. A lot of people back for the Hall of Fame, and I think there's like an alumni cheerleaders and all kinds of things going on this week.
Yeah, there certainly is. Also homecoming, John. Did you realize that? I know you're a Dowling parent, and I noticed there's a Chido that has a date apparently tomorrow night. Do you know anything about this?
Well, I do now. So, no, I do.
Well, we'll get to the homecoming.
This is where my wife comes in because she's great. She fills me in on everything. So
yeah.
He's still in that lapse of last week in Vegas, and you're coming back. It's still that.
Well, you'll learn your sons don't talk about school nearly as much as your daughters do.
You're exactly right.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's 100% right.
Well, we got a great game tonight. Dowling looking to get back on track, and let's take a look at some of the starters tonight. And we'll start with the Dowling offense. We have not had a coin toss yet, as again we're delayed due to the accident on I-80 that. Left the Council Bluffs team in traffic, and now they're here, and they're going to take the field here momentarily. But Dowling at quarterback tonight, we're going to see Jake English, the senior, get the start. He's thrown for 426 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 5 interceptions. And Dante Cataldo, the sophomore, he's rushed the ball 4 times this year, 8 yards, has not thrown a pass. Both will play quarterback. Matt, we don't know if it's going to be alternating series or every 2 series, but that'll be something we watch. And then the up front, Kyle Rockers at left tackle, Cade Batterton, who gets his second start at left guard. Ryan Badgenstoss, the center. Gabe Carey, the captain, at right guard, and George Nahas, the right tackle. And we'll see a combination of Jalen Thompson at tight end along with Drew Winchett. We just heard from Coach Wilson on the pregame show. Winchett will get a lot more apparent snaps. He's kind of won that job. And we should say happy birthday to Caden Sanders. It's Caden's birthday tonight, and he is at a Swiss Army knife. They put him everywhere, as you know, Matt. They put him, that blocking fullback, the H-back, and sometimes tight end. So Caden's also part of the mix along with the fullback, Cale Gokenauer.
Yeah, just one of those guys that you're right. He's the utility knife. I mean, he's the jack of all trades, fit anywhere, put him where you need him. I mean, shoot, he could probably play right guard. I mean, he could wherever you needed to put him, he could probably go in there and do it for him.
Well, both Gokenauer and Sanders have not gotten a rushing attempt this year, but they've both caught a pass. Figure that out for your H-back, whatever you coaches call those guys.
That's pretty typical for those guys, I think.
Our flankers and receivers tonight for Dowling, Cooper Nicholson, number 8, the junior, will get one start, and so will Carson Brown, who didn't catch a pass last week at City High. Keep an eye on that. Bo Gamble backs up Carson Brown, and Andrew Bliss backs up Cooper Nicholson. So those are Dowling offense. On the defensive side for the Maroons, Jalen Pettis, Cody Hikas, Chase Patton, Owen Weber, and then mixed in there Carson Hagan, Ralston Rumley back from an injury, and Mata Brua, who's also part of the homecoming court. Those are the guys that will mix in that defensive line.
This has the potential of being the deepest defensive front that Dowling has had in a while. And, everybody talked about Pettis, and he's a great athlete, great kid. But the depth around him right now should take some of that pressure off him as he goes, too.
And the linebackers, and they're good ones, led by their senior and captain Adam Townsend at the Mike linebacker. Kellen Shimon gets the start at Bandit linebacker. Will linebackers Joe Hughes. Noah Seamer will play the Rover. The corners are Joe Reed and Jake Anderson. Joe Reed had an interception last week at City High. And Blake Anderson will get the start at free safety. So that is a look at the Dowling defense. The punter tonight will be John Cole, and Diego Leon will either kick off the game to lead off, and he's done a nice job this year. Perfect on PATs and field goals on the year, but he's only put 2 in the end zone when he's kicked off. So he's done a great job for. He
has. They've done a lot of placement with those kicks. I think they work on trying to kick it to a spot, and you can see him moving things around once in a while. So they practice on that, and he's done an outstanding job.
All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll come back for the kickoff as both teams are on the field with the pregame coin toss being officiated by our officials tonight. And it looks like Council Bluffs Lincoln has deferred, and Dowling will receive. So we'll take a break and come back with the kickoff. But first, a word from Dr. Dan Ryan, the president of Dowling Catholic High School, and our pregame prayer with Father Ryan Andrew. Coming up, the kickoff, Dowling and Council Bluffs Lincoln from Valley Stadium, Week 5 of the high school football season, coming up next on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Hi, this is Dr. Dan Ryan, president of Dowling Catholic High School. Welcome to another season of exciting Dowling High School football. We are proud to be partners with Iowa Catholic Radio, not only broadcasting football, but also being partners in preparing Christ-centered leaders for life. Go Maroons!
Hello, my name is Father Ryan Andrew, and I'm the chaplain at Dowling Catholic High School. Let us pray for the coaches, players, and trainers for this athletic competition. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for all your gifts. We ask you to bless all those involved in this athletic competition tonight. We ask that you keep them safe, and that they all show good sportsmanship. We ask this through Christ our Lord, amen. All holy men and women, pray for us. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen.
And we're back here at the Valley Stadium, West Des Moines, about set for kickoff. It's Dowling and Council Bluffs Lincoln. Mark Amadale, Matt Mandering, John Chida. Hey, the A-team's back. You're back from Northwest Iowa, and John's back from Vegas, and here we are.
Here we are.
Had a guy sitting in named Mark Scigliano last week, and
did an outstanding job.
Did you think so? You were home listening to it all.
I listened to the whole thing.
All right, we're underway as the kickoff by Council Bluffs Lincoln is fielded by one of the upbacks, and the Maroons get it across the 35, still on their feet, and is that Jalen?
Yeah, that's Jalen Thompson. Yeah.
They kicked it really short.
Yeah, they did. Jalen's a kid that I think could have a big night tonight, and he's going to be someone that we keep our eye on as he's looking for that night to have a breakout night. The key for the offense this week is to get some consistency. You've got to start getting some confidence, put some drives together.
Yeah, you mentioned that you saw him throughout the week, and we'll see how this all transpires there. Mr. Mainring is Dowling with the first down at their own 41-yard line to start the game. English at quarterback. Little swing pass left side, getting outside the numbers is C.J. Phillip, who made the pass. Turns the corner, and he's up across midfield, and he has the first down in Council Bluffs Lincoln territory.
Council Bluffs sitting there with, pretty much 8 guys in the box. They put the guy in motion out there, and so there's a matchup. There's a numbers game that they're playing with him with that quick swing pass out to CJ.
12-yard gain for the Maroons on the pass from English to C.J. Phillip. First down Dowling as we're underway. Late start, as we mentioned. And the Maroons now go right back to the ground. They hand off inside, off of center, right guard, and little or no gain as that defensive line for Council Bluffs Lincoln did a nice job as Cam Middleton was the ball carrier for Dowling.
Yeah, you got Bradley, Daniels, Kerger, and Patlin in there for the defensive front for Council Bluffs, and there's some big kids, 2 1/4, 245, and the sophomore Kerger, 220 sophomore. So, they've got some meat up there to stop that run.
They certainly do, and Maroons now put a man in motion, and the handoff right up the gut it goes, and he may go. That's Cam Middleton with the football. He's drugged down at the 25-yard line, rolls forward. He picked up a Dowling first down right over the heart of the Dowling offensive line. Batterton, Badgenstoss, and Carey with the hole opener.
Right up the middle, a little delay, and you take a jab step and hit that crease right up the middle, and is blocked perfectly, and gave Cam a wide open field to run.
22-yard run, first down Maroons. Underway here in the first quarter. No score. Dowling and Council Bluffs Lincoln. The Lynx coming in with a record of 3-1. Dowling 1-3. Play action. Back to throw is English. Fires it out to the far side. Incomplete to Cooper Nicholson, who is running an out pattern on the left side of the formation.
Yeah, you see Jake wiping his hands a little bit. I don't know if that ball, sometimes when you get late into the fall like this and it's a later game, there's a little more dew out there. The ball could be a little wet coming off there, and it looked like it just slipped out of his hands.
Yeah, remember we had a little bit of rain here earlier
That's
this
right.
afternoon, and the turf is dry, but apparently not enough. And now the handoff goes right side, turn the corner at the 20. That is Cam Middleton, and fights through tackles, picks up the first down inside the 15. They'll spot him down right around the 12-yard line, a pickup of 13 yards.
And we talked about Jalen Thompson earlier, and he was out there leading the blocking on that 10 yards downfield, I believe, with George Nahas. And they were still blocking their guys and engaged, and Cam's running right behind them for a big gain.
13-yard run. First and 10, Dowling from the Council Bluffs Lincoln 12-yard line. A handoff up the middle. That's Cam Middleton, and he grinds his way inside the 10 down to the 5-yard line. He'll pick up 7 yards. The Maroons can get a first down at the 3, but it'll bring up second down and about 2 right now at the 5.
I think the offensive line has been a focus the last couple of weeks to up their game, and you can see it tonight that they're firing off the ball and with a little more intensity than we've seen in recent games, I believe.
All right, the Maroons will now put their tight end Jalen Thompson on the left side of the formation. And on the right side is Drew Wingett at tight end. Handoff up the middle to Cam Middleton, and he gets into the end zone. Touchdown Maroons. Touchdown Cam Middleton from 5 yards out, and Dowling strikes first. They lead 6-0 here with 9:40 remaining in the first quarter, Matt.
Well, that offensive line had the whole Lynx front on its heels, and it was just a wall moving down the field, and with Cam running behind them as they pushed him in the end zone, and nice first drive for the Maroons.
So the touchdown gives Dowling a 6-0 lead. Jake English in to hold. He remains in the ball game. Diego Leon with the extra point attempt, and the snap will be made. The ball is down. The extra point is up, and it is good. So 7-0, Dowling leading. Council Bluffs Lincoln will take a 1-minute break and return to Dowling's homecoming here at Valley Stadium. Maroons lead at 7-0. Back after these messages on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercy1.org.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Davenport, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by CTO. What great news for donors to the Catholic Tuition Organization. You now receive 75%. Yes, 75% of your donation back in Iowa tax credits beginning January 1st of this year. Your support has helped thousands of students attend our Catholic schools. Best gift ever. Online, ctoiowa.org. At CTO, the bottom line, it's for the kids and their future.
All right, we're back here at Valley Stadium in West Des Moines. Mark Amadale alongside Matt Mandering as Dowling goes 7 plays, 59 yards. Here is the kickoff by Diego Leon. It's fielded by Council Bluffs Lincoln. The return is to the right, and it gets across the 20 and brought down right around the 23-yard line. That is where Council Bluffs Lincoln will start, 1st and 10 from their own 23-yard line as Noah Van Scoik.
I think they're going to back up a little bit farther. There was a clip right at the front of that play, and they're going to back them up just a little bit farther.
Let's go down to the Dowling sideline. That is where John Chido is at, and a pretty efficient drive for the Maroons, Johnny. 7 plays, 59 yards. Cam Middleton on a 5-yard touchdown run, giving Dowling the lead here. Johnny?
Yeah, you guys were mentioning Sanders and Gokenauer, and I was watching Gokenauer, his fullback position, and he does all the stuff that normal people don't like to do. You know, it's not a pretty job because you don't get all the recognition, but he deserves it on that drive because he played fullback and he was opening a lot of those holes for Cam.
That's a good point. There's a lot of moving parts that we don't see enough up here, Dave. There's no question about it. So first down for the Lynx from their own 11-yard line after the penalty. They do the read option. The quarterback is Eli Lusaggio, and he picks read option to the fullback, and that's Mikhail Hayes, and he may have gotten a yard. They're going to give him a yard up to the 12-yard line, bring up second down for Council Bluffs Lincoln.
Yeah, they're going to do that read option quite a bit, and there, it's probably 3/4, even more. It's 80-20, run the ball, and again, like we said in pregame, it's going to be quick passes to the edge, trying to loosen up that defense.
All right, Lusaggio, the quarterback, he stands at 6'3", 195 pounds. Senior, was on that outstanding basketball team Lincoln had. And now the read option, they give it to the kind of the end around. They give it to their tailback. He turns the corner, is finally run out of bounds. That's Mikhail Hayes, another running back. And he leads the team with 8 touchdowns rushing. Tried to get the jet sweep turn on the left side, and he ran out of bounds right about the 18, they'll call, a gain of 5.
Yeah, it's still a nice gain on that play, and he got to the edge, and then the edge of the defense got tied up for the Maroons, but a good flow from the secondary. Gets the stop on the play and creates this third down situation.
So a gain of 5. It's 3rd and 3. Council Bluffs Lincoln. Dowling leading 7-0. 8:45 remaining. First quarter on a late start here as Dowling's homecoming tonight from Valley State. Now penalty flag down as Lusaggio gets the snap. And they're going to get their penalty against one of the linemen. That's number 75, the right guard, Caden DeSantiago. That'll back him up 5.
Now the defense has a chance to pin their ears back a little bit. It takes it, from a position where you think run pass could have been either one. Now this is strictly a pass play.
3 receivers right. Back to throw is Lusaggio. Almost to the end zone. He fires it away incomplete. I think he was just trying to dump it off. Tim McCarthy was their leading closest receiver. And it's incomplete, and forcing the punt is the Dowling defense, who did a tremendous job. Pressure up front. Pettis, Hikes, Patton, and Weber put pressure on quarterback Eli Lusaggio of Council Bluffs.
Yeah, Chase Patton was putting the final pressure on him there, and Lusaggio had no choice but to just throw it into the ground at about the 20-yard line. He didn't even make an attempt really to throw it down the field too far, but close enough in the vicinity not to be grounding.
And it wasn't intentional grounding because it was way outside the pocket.
Yeah, the snap over his head, that's a safety.
Yep, Connor Oliver waiting the snap from Caden Dorr, and he snapped it out of the end zone. It'll be a 2-point safety for Dowling. The Maroons lead it 9-0. with 8:35 remaining here in the first quarter. Back in 1 minute with the kickoff here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Thank you for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Did you know when you support Iowa Catholic Radio, you can make your donation go farther by asking your employer about matching gifts? Ask your employer about matching gifts, and thank you for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio provided by Northwest Bank. Commitment you can bank on. Northwest Bank is a community bank serving Iowa and Nebraska. NW.BANK. Thank you, Northwest Bank, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment. Whether it's in the classroom or at home, Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium here in West Des Moines. Dowling getting the beneficiary of a safety, and it is 9-0 Maroons, and now the free kick from the 20-yard line. And John Chido, I know you're down there somewhere, but we haven't went to you, as the Maroons have been pretty efficient offense and defensively, and now the benefit of the safety, the ball snapped out of the end zone.
Yeah, Dowling's off to a good start like they needed to do, and that last play on third down, they had Jalen Pettis spread out so far wide that I love about Dowling's defense. When they break down film, they must have saw something. He had four guys chasing the quarterback and forced that 3-and-out.
Well, here's a free kick by Council Bluffs Lincoln, and it's fielded by Jalen Thompson once again. He got the Dowling offense started in pretty good shape. Well, they're going to start in even better shape. First down Maroons from the Council Bluffs 49 on the short free kick there, Matt.
Yeah, I think they wanted to get Jalen the ball a little bit tonight, but I don't think they expected it to be in this fashion.
Well, the Maroons will take over from the Council Bluffs Lincoln 49. 8:30 remaining, first quarter. Again, a late start tonight. Here's a snap. English at quarterback. Read option. The give is to C.J. Phillip, and C.J. barrels over to the left side of the offensive line and takes the ball down to the 42-yard line. He'll gain 7 yards on first down.
Right now, Dowling, went with twins on each side and really trying to spread that defense out. And Council Bluffs has gone to more of a 4-3 look, and they're taking the edges away. And so now it just creates gaps in the middle, and that's what Dowling's taking advantage of right now.
Tonight's game here on Iowa Catholic Radio Network, sponsored by Ashworth Vision, Construction Professionals, and Dental Associates. Now the Maroons put Phillip in motion, a little jet sweep right to left, breaks a tackle at the 30, still on his feet, spins out of a tackle 25, and is finally brought down inside the 20-yard line. Great second effort both times during that run. The play went right to left, and CJ turned the corner just outside the left hash and picked up pretty good yardage down to the 19-yard line of Council Bluffs Lincoln.
Great blocking by the receivers on that play as they got out there in front of CJ and got into the secondary and made that wall for him as he continued down the field.
23-yard run for the Maroons, 1st and 10 Dowling. And now back to throw is English, fires it near side, and it's caught. And that is the Dowling receiver, Cooper Nicholson, I believe, with the catch right there on the right hash. Carson Brown helps him up, and let's see where they spot him down, right around the 13, maybe the 14-yard line, gain of 6.
Quick hitter out there to Cooper and keeps the defense honest as they've been running the ball with a lot of success. And then Cooper comes up with that quick pass, Jake English right on target, and a quick pickup of 5 yards.
Yeah, they moved the ball back to the 14. They said his knee was down, so a 5-yard reception. And it is second down, and now English, quarterback sneak, keeps the football and follows the left side of his offensive line. Inside the 10, picks up the first down. It'll be goal to goal Dowling, 1st and goal at the 7 for the Maroons on the English run.
Same look as the play that CJ ran down the field on that jet sweep, and here it is, the fake to him, and Jake going up inside on that trap, and nice gain for the first down, 1st and goal.
Dowling in the Bozen of Flores red zone. Say more with Bozen, bozen.com. Online, and now the handoff on the left side. That's C.J. Phillip, and he barrels his way into the end zone. Touchdown Maroons. C.J. Phillip, the second running back to score for Dowling tonight. He scores from 7 yards out, and the Maroons up by the score of 15-0, pending the extra point.
outstanding blocking up front. And I know Johnny just said, talked about Kokenauer, and Kokenauer had a great block inside there again to seal it off and allow CJ to move up the middle to the end zone.
So Cam Middleton scores from 5 yards out. CJ Phillips scores from 7 yards out. And now the extra point is Diego Leon in for the try. The long snapper will be Carson Hagan. The ball is down. English puts it down, and Diego Leon's kick is good. So the Maroons lead it 16-0. 6:36 remaining, first quarter from Valley Stadium. Dowling leading Council Bluffs Lincoln here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Thank you, Ashworth Vision Clinic, for underwriting Dowling Catholic Sports 365 on Iowa Catholic Radio. Ashworth Vision Clinic online at ashworthvision.com. Ashworth Vision Clinic, 515-440-4610.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Kemin, a global ingredient manufacturer using science to transform the quality of life for 80% of the world with their products and services. Kemin, using science to transform the world. Kemin.com. Thank you, Kemin, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium. Dowling leading 16-0 on a pair of rushing touchdowns for the Maroons. C.J. Phillips from 7 yards out, and then Cam Middleton earlier from 5 yards out. The Maroons go 5 plays, 49 yards after the safety. Leon's kick is fielded at the 11-yard line. And running to the far side, that is Carson Shaw on the return. He gets across at 25 and angles his way out of bounds on the far sideline towards the Council Bluffs Lincoln sideline, and I spot him down right around the 30-yard line. Let's go down to the Dowling sideline reporter. That's John Chattel right below us. And, Johnny, give us an update.
Well, I love watching Dowling run the football successfully, and it's credit the offensive line, with Ryan Bagenstosh, Cade Batterton. Help me, guys.
C.J. Phillip?
Yes.
Oh, up front. I'm sorry.
Up front, yes.
Oh, go ahead.
Nahas, Carey, Bagenstosh, Batterton, and Rockers.
Yes. They've done a fantastic job tonight.
All right, Lusaggio, the quarterback for Council Bluffs Lincoln, takes the ball from his own 29-yard line and does the read option and carries it across the 35 up to the 36-yard line. 7-yard gain. That might be their longest play from scrimmage tonight, Matt.
Yeah, it is. And, he's going to be the one that's going to make plays for him at that quarterback position. And we saw it there, and I think he's going to try and do a little bit more if he can.
All right, here is the give on the little jet sweep, a little from right to left. Is the tailback Hayes, and he gets outside the numbers and finally is wrestled down right about the 40-yard line, so he'll gain 4 yards. And that is the first down of the night for Council Bluffs Lincoln.
Their offensive line looked pretty good in that play, and they've got, a 260 junior, 240 junior, 295 senior up front, 285 junior. They got real good size up front, and they can make a wall up there and execute and create some creases up front. And they moved the ball in that first series, but the penalty pushed them back, and we know what that feels like.
Yeah, I've seen that too much.
Yeah.
All right, 3 on the play clock. They got to get this snapped, and they don't.
And they don't call it. There they did.
Yes, the back judge got it, so it'll be a penalty against Council Bluffs Lincoln from their own 41-yard line. Dowling leading 16-0 with 5:22 remaining here in the first quarter. Our referee is Chris Short. The umpire is Steve Gradeville. Linesman is Jeff Whelan. Line judge is Brian Weber. And the back judge tonight is DeCarlo Long. And DeCarlo was the one who flagged the penalty. Moves Council Bluffs Lincoln back to their own 36-yard line on the delay of game. And now Lusaggio keeps the football, runs to his right. Now he has to cut back in, and he's going to lose yardage. Back to the 35, a loss of 1. It'll bring up third and a quarter of a mile. That is way back there.
Yeah, Chase Patton went in there and got Eli from the backside there and chased it down, made a great play.
Lusaggio.
Coach
Maindring.
I got to say it a couple more times.
It'll be
Eli's easier.
Yeah, I understand.
But Lusaggio, I got it.
So a loss of 1 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 15. They had the down over because of the penalty. So the give is to Mikhail Hayes trying to get outside, and he's going to be brought down shy of the 40-yard line towards the far sideline. Little play that went to the right, and it kept on stretching to the right. I think he wanted to cut it upfield right around the hash, and he ended up being taken down by outside the numbers there. And they're going to move him up to the 39, gain of 4.
Adam Townsend on the stop there from his linebacker position, chased it down, took the right angle, and was able to get the running back, Mikhail Hayes, right at the line of scrimmage, or for a couple-yard gain, I guess.
All right, to bring up 3rd and 12 now for Council Bluffs Lincoln. The head coach is John Wolf in his 8th year. He's a grad of Council Bluffs Lincoln. Now Lusaggio spins out of a tackle. I thought the Maroons had him there for a bit. Pettis came out of his tackle and finally falls forward across the 40 up near the 42-yard line. So he gains 3, but he should have been sacked for 5.
Yeah, Pettis came off the edge of that line of scrimmage like he was shot out of a cannon and was able to get a hand on him, spin him around. But Lusaggio's a good athlete, and he was able to break free, spin forward for a couple, but that defensive front collapsed on him for the short gain.
So to bring up 4th down for Council Bluffs Lincoln, and Connor Oliver in the punt. Averaged about 28 yards a punt. Good snap, and he gets it away. Angling right at the 35, fielded by Cooper Nicholson at the 35. Still on his feet. Now comes near side 50. Crosses gets outside the number. Still on his feet and finally run out of bounds at about the 34 of Dowling. Cooper Nicholson, he had a nice block by one of the up guys back there. I think he had twin safeties going on.
I'll tell you what, Daniel Amariz for Council or for Abraham Lincoln, he did a heck of a job for a big kid. He got down there, 5'8", 295-pound senior. He chased that thing down and probably prevented Cooper from scoring.
So with 3:15 remaining in the first quarter, Dowling offense on the field, and Johnny Chider, we're going to see Dante Cataldo out there.
Yeah, let's see what Dante does this first series. I'm so excited for him.
It is, and now Cataldo wants to throw, looks downfield, throws towards the end zone. It's got a man open, and it is caught inside the 5, and they're going to set he's down at the 2. Great pass by Cataldo on first down, and guess who?
Yeah.
Carson Brown, who didn't catch a pass last week, has a big catch here in the first half.
There might have been someone sitting up here in the booth with us that might have called that play about a couple minutes ago. That's why I'm not worthy to sit and to have his headset on sometimes.
First and goal, Maroons are going to spot him down at the 2-yard line. A 32-yard reception that time by Carson Brown from quarterback Dante Cataldo, his first varsity catch. Now they hand it off into the end zone. Touchdown, and that's the linebacker, Adam Townsend, who carries it in. The 3rd rushing touchdown tonight. Dowling now up by a score of 22-0, pending the extra point here, Coach Mandering.
Yeah, Carson, that was a great catch. He had to high point that football, and Cataldo laid it out there for him. And Carson has a size advantage from that position right there because the young man defending him only runs about 5'8", 5'9", so the definite advantage for Carson. He goes up and gets it. Great play.
It's 22-0 Maroons. Diego Leon in for the extra point, and the kick is up, and it is good. Dowling 23, Council Bluffs Lincoln nothing with 2:47 remaining here in the first quarter from Valley Stadium on Dowling's homecoming and Athletic Hall of Fame induction. We'll take a break and come back with the kickoff here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercy1.org.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Davenport, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
What is the best gift ever? Giving a Catholic education is at the top of my list. Your contribution to CTO helps families send their children to our Catholic schools who otherwise could not afford it. In giving to CTO, you receive the best tax credits ever. Pledge or donate online at ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their future.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium on Dowling's homecoming. Mark Amadale, Matt Maindring, and John Chido. Maroons will kick off. Diego Leon set to kick off as Dowling goes 2 plays, 34 yards. The big play was quarterback Dante Cataldo to Brown. And now the kickoff hits the 5-yard line as Council Bluffs Link was going to let it go in the end zone. It's a live ball, and he picks it up at the last moment and returns it to the 15. Heads-up play that time by Carson Shaw. It'll be first down for the Council Bluffs Lincoln.
Yeah, I think he got lost on the field and thought he was standing on the 5-yard line and went over his head, and so then they thought he was on the, and then went over his head and he thought it was in the end zone, but it was only on the 5-yard line. So
or he was watching college and pro football where they put their arms out, and it's like that means nothing. The ball hit at the 5, and Diego Leon stuck it pretty good. Now we got a penalty.
We have a flag, and
we'll try to pick this up. We'll go down to John after this.
On the offense, half the distance to the goal line, first down.
Illegal participation, they're calling it. So they'll move it back from the 15-yard line. I'm guessing. Let's go down to John Chido. On the kickoff. Let's go down to John on the sideline. Johnny?
It was a legal fair catch.
Signal. So he did give a signal. Was that what you're saying, John?
Well, I don't know if he really did, or I'm kind of baffled by it, but I didn't see him put his hand up, but that was the call, was a legal fair catch.
All right, they put the ball on the 4-yard line. Now penalty flag down, and so goes the quarterback. Lusago rolled to his right, kept the football in the read option, and was dancing along the goal line. Yeah. He's going to say he's brought down at the 1.
There's another flag on the field.
And if it's holding in the end zone, this is a safety.
Personal foul, spearing, 35 on the defense, 15-yard penalty. First down.
Ooh. They're going to get Joe Hughes for the spearing call. So the penalty is against Dowling. That was a penalty.
Yeah.
And that'll tack on 15 yards.
They must have came into the pile late. They had him. They had Lusaggio stood up there, and Joe Hughes must have come in there late, leading with the helmet.
So Lusaggio gets a redo. So it's 1st and 10. Automatic first down on the penalty from the 16 of Council Bluffs Lincoln. So the Lynx dodge a bullet there. Bruins lead it 23-0. 2:20 remaining here in the first quarter. And they give it to the tailback who stands the first time tonight. I think they ran it the tailback right behind the quarterback, and he gets across the 20-yard line. And let's see which back is that. They're going to give McHale Hayes the ball.
It's McHale Hayes, and he's going off the field right now. And you can see the Dowling defense theory here. They matched up man-to-man. They went trips left. The Lynx did, and Dowling just matched up man-to-man and said, you got to throw it. You have to earn this, and we're going to stop the run.
So it's 2nd and 5 for Council Bluffs Lincoln. The ball on their own 20-yard line. Lusaggio on the read option dives forward, and he runs it to the left side. He hops the 25-yard line. That's good enough for a first down at the 26-yard line. Well-executed play by the Lynx that time as Drew Wilson, their left tackle, along with Jake Travers, their left guard, and Daniel Amarias, the center, did a nice job at opening up a little hole.
Yeah, you can see why Lusaggio has 488 yards rushing, only 371 passing. He had a little extra burst right there to get that first down. Nice play by him.
Now give him a gain of 7, and now penalty flags down, and we've got procedure against Council Bluffs Lincoln. So they're shooting themselves in the foot. They get the first down, but it'll be 1st and 15. Let's go back down to the Dowling sideline. I know we usually don't do this, John, but while we got a delay here, give us an update.
Well, how about Dante Cataldo's first pass in a varsity football game goes to the 2-yard line? Talk about taking a shot right out of the gate. That was a great thing to see, and a great catch by Carson Brown.
It certainly was. He high-pointed at the right time, Johnny, and he went for 32 yards, and then Townsend comes in and runs it in. We're back to live action here. Read option to give is to Hayes again. That's McHale Hayes, 5'8", 190-pound senior. He's got 8 touchdowns for the Lynx this year, and he gets some of that penalty yards back. Gets it across put him down at the 22-yard line.
Looked like Carson Hagan on the stop. Okay, there was no flag. McHale Hayes has to go out for one play because his helmet came off during the play, and so you have to go out one play.
And there's no gain in the play officially, so it's 2nd and 15. Final minute of the first quarter here at Valley Stadium on Dowling's homecoming and Athletic Hall of Fame weekend. Dowling 23, Council Bluffs Lincoln nothing here in the first quarter. And the give is to Hayes. Read off to the right side, and he's hit and drop right at the 25-yard line. He'll be shy of the first down. That'll bring up 3rd and long, and they may not have to run a play here to finish the quarter.
Yeah, I would imagine they would let it run out. I'm trying to figure out who the running back was there. It looked like number 22, Wade Brown.
Well, they got 20, Carson Shaw, and it wouldn't be Wade Brown. He'd be a receiver.
Yeah.
It might be Shaw. They may start to interchange quarterbacks also, and there's Caden McDowell.
Caden McDowell, that's who it is.
Number 33.
So, yep, number 32. He was the back on that play.
We want to thank our sponsors. They include Northwest Bank, Skeffington's Formal Wear, Catholic Tuition Organization, Mercy One, and Kemen, as we've come to the end of the first quarter here at Valley Stadium. And the score, Dowling 23, Council Bluffs Lincoln nothing, and you're listening to Dowling Catholic Football on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Deacon Mike Mano.
And I'm Gina Knoll. Faith on Trial examines the influence of law and society on people of faith. Follow the Faith on Trial Facebook page for upcoming guests and issues.
Join us every Thursday at 10 for Faith on Trial.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio provided by Northwest Bank. Commitment you can bank on. Northwest Bank is a community bank serving Iowa and Nebraska. NW.BANK. Thank you, Northwest Bank, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment. Whether it's in the classroom or at home, Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
Hey, we're back here at Valley Stadium on Homecoming 2021 for Dowling Catholic. Mark Amadale, Matt Mandering, John Chido. Also, Athletic Hall of Fame induction ceremonies were held today during the pep rally. And before the pep rally, had a chance to meet the folks inducted in the Hall of Fame, including the one and only Judy Balducci. You couldn't do anything at Dowling unless it went through Judy. Athletic Secretary, Administrative Assistant. She was a right-hand person for fine athletic director, the late John Hayes, and many others. Becca Hittner, inducted in the Dowling Hall of Fame, class of 2016. Outstanding athlete at Drake. Yep. Jason McMurray and Jake Yasinich back in 2011. Those guys were quite the tandem in football and baseball. All right, we're underway here, second quarter, as Council Bluffs Lincoln with the football, and they get across the 25 to the 26-yard line. So maybe a yard that time will bring up 4th down and 12 for the Lynx. And the Dowling defense has held the Lynx, Matt, to just 1 first down so far.
They tried that quick hitter to the outside to McCarthy, and Lusaggio hit him, right away and got to it, but the defense was right there to plug it, to plug it up, and no gain. And so here the defense makes a stop and gives the offense the ball back.
All right, Oliver in to punt once again. Connor Oliver gets it away. It's a short kick. Dowling's going to let it bounce inside the 45 of Council Bluffs Lake. Now the ball must have been touched. Now there's a scramble on the field. This could not be good as they stop the clock. And the
Dowling recovered. I think what happened was it ended up hitting a Abraham Lincoln player, and so then you can scoop and score. You can do whatever you want because there's no penalty.
Blake Anderson picked it up for the Maroons, and Dowling will have it 1st and 10 from the Lynx 45-yard line. And now we got a message. We got a flag down, and we'll get the call from our official tonight. It's Chris Short who's on the microphone. And the penalty is going to be against Dowling. So the Maroons, instead of starting at the Council Bluffs 45, will be backed up here as we're underway here in the second quarter. Let's go down to the Dowling sideline. That is where John Chido is at. Johnny?
Well, I noticed tonight the defensive ends for Dowling has been widened out and kind of take away that stretch play and let not allowing Council Bluffs Abe Lincoln's running back to get that edge, because they got a couple quick running backs that can get the edge pretty quick and forcing them to run up the middle to Dowling's interior line where their strength is, and they've done a great job up front for Dowling.
Yeah, they certainly have. The Maroons lose 10 yards, and Dante Cataldo remains at quarterback. He'll send 3 receivers left, 1 to the right, 23-0 Maroons. Cataldo looks right, fires the ball downfield to Carson Brown. It's caught inside the 30. He's going to go all the way in for the touchdown. Ball was placed perfectly so Carson could high point it. He out-distanced the receiver, out-jumped him, and then out-distanced him. Touchdown Maroons from 55 yards.
Marcoulier standing up here like the proud guy.
He's been calling that since the first quarter.
Yes, he has. And
hey, could you tell him, Mr. Mainring, that the coach's box is down in the north end of the press box here at Valley?
I think he's called enough games to get a lifetime pass, doesn't he?
Not one of those tenured people. All right, extra point by Diego Leon is, I'll tell you what, Dante Cataldo, 2 passes and 1 touchdown. How about that? The extra point is up, and it is good. So Diego Leon remains perfect. The Maroons lead it 30-0. 11:02 remaining second quarter. Back in 1 minute here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Thank you, Ashworth Vision Clinic, for underwriting Dowling Catholic Sports 365 on Iowa Catholic Radio. Ashworth Vision Clinic online at ashworthvision.com. Ashworth Vision Clinic, 515-440-4610.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Chemin, a global ingredient manufacturer using science to transform the quality of life for 80% of the world with their products and services. Chemin, using science to transform the world. Chemin.com. Thank you, Chemin, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium as the Maroons now up 30-0 as we're early here in the second quarter as the Maroons go 2 plays and 55 yards capped off by a Dante Cataldo 55-yard touchdown pass to Carson Brown, and the extra point being good. So the Maroons lead it 30-0. Diego Leon will kick off, and it's a high end over end. Will it go into the end zone? And it will. This time
it did.
This time Carson Shaw let it go. So the Maroons lead it 30-0. Let's go down the Dowling sideline, and offensively, the Maroons moving the ball with 2 quarterbacks tonight. John Chido.
Yeah, they both have been effective and done a fantastic job managing this offense. And you go back to that last pass, and that's an R4 system, which it's a pre-snap read, and you got one-on-one coverage, no help over the top, and Dante's made 2 great throws to put it where Carson Brown can catch it.
And thus the Maroons with the lead. Other games, Waukee leading Johnston 24-3. That's Dowling's next opponent, and that's in the first half. So the Maroons, or rather Johnston, losing. And now here's a first down carry from the Council Bluffs Lincoln 20-yard line, and they give it to one of their tailbacks, and I think that is Carson Shaw in there now for Hayes.
Yep.
And he gets it across the 20 up to the 25-yard line, so it'll bring up 2nd and 5, and we also had another update.
Noah Seamer on the tackle there. I got Valley over Marshalltown halftime, 21-6.
And 42-0 Ankeny over Roosevelt up in Ankeny tonight. So Roosevelt starting the year undefeated, now potentially going to lose 2 in a row. All right, 2nd and 5, and Lusaggio keeps the football, runs the read option, fakes the handoff, keeps it over the right side, and gets a couple yards up to the 27-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5 for the Lynx.
One thing about the Lynx that they are doing, they don't throw the ball much, so it does keep the clock rolling. And as they continue to try to work their way down the field and get that second first down.
Right now it's 3rd and 3 for Council Bluffs Lincoln. Here is the read option. This time they will give it to the tailback, and he's hit, and that's Hayes back in there, and he stood up right at the. Well, they're going to say it's a first down, and gets across the 30-yard line up to the 31.
Yeah, so this is an easier one to see because you just got to get to the 30 there, and there was a Maroon. I didn't pick up the number that was in the backfield and missed.
And I thought the ball got loose. Maybe I'm wrong, but nonetheless, they signaled the first down. So 2 receivers each side of the formation, 1st and 10. Council Bluffs Lincoln from their own 31-yard line. Again, is the tailback that gets the handoff, and he's hit and stood up at the 37-yard line. He'll gain 6 yards on a nice little run that time and scamper by which one? I think it is
I think that is...
It's Caden McDowell.
Yeah, I think that's McDowell back in there.
So
Hayes went off with a little bit of a limp, and so we'll see if he comes back in the game.
So McDowell gets yardage up to the 37-yard line. We'll give him 6 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 4 for the Lynx. They'll work with 2 receivers on each side of the football. No tight end. Here's a snap, and the snap was off to the side of the quarterback, Lusaggio. He got it, and he just kept it, and then the play kind of broke down. And I think he may have lost 2. He did. Lost 2 yards back to the 35 there, Matt.
Yeah, Jimmy Wanek came from that linebacker position and just made a nice play and took the legs out from under Lusaggio as he went through. And I think, it was a little there was a little not very smooth in the backfield there.
Yeah, the snap went to the right of the quarterback, and he's working out of the shotgun, but he had to go get it, and that took his eyes off the defense, and that's never good. All right, Andrade goes in motion. That's Carlos. Back to throws Lusaggio. He's being chased in the backfield. Back to the 20, and still avoiding tacklers. Back to the 15-yard line. Now he unloads it into the stands, and it's incomplete on the far sideline. And did it go past the line of scrimmage?
I don't know, but there's a block in the back as they were trying to. Yeah, I don't think it made the line of scrimmage. There was a lot that didn't happen there for Abraham Lincoln.
The thing is, did he get outside the pocket? We're going to have a penalty coming up here, folks. Chris Short, our referee. Let's see if we can pick up the conversation. He's visiting with Coach Wilson now. It's like it'll be holding on Council Bluffs Lincoln. And they will decline it, Will Dowling. Jake Travers, the left guard, guilty of the hold.
They had Lusaggio just scrambling for his life back there as that front 4 from Dowling was just, they were through in a hurry. And I believe it was Carson Hagan was the first guy through.
So
for that front 4.
That'll bring up 4th and 7 for Council Bluffs Lincoln, back on their own 35-yard line. Oliver in to punt. Again, he came in this season averaging 28.5 yards. Punt is away, and it's fielded by Dowling at the 35. And this is Cooper Nicholson looking for a return to the right. He's crossed midfield, 50, down the far side, and 45, and he's finally run out of bounds. Inside, right around the 35-yard line. The official there right at the 35-yard line. So that is a 30-yard return because the line of scrimmage was the 35.
Yeah.
He returned at 30 yards, 1st and 10 Dowling from the Council Bluffs Lincoln 35-yard line with 7:53 remaining here in the second quarter. Dowling 30, Council Bluffs Lincoln nothing. Let's go down to the Dowling sideline and John Chido down there. And Johnny, the Dowling defense has really put the Dowling offense in great field position.
Yeah, they have, and that's one thing that we noticed tonight is Dowling's field position, starting their drives has been fantastic, and we have not seen that all season, and courtesy of the Dowling defense.
Now Jake English in at quarterback. They fake the end around to C.J. Phillip, and they give it right up the gut to the tailback, and he takes tacklers all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
I think it was a little shovel pass to Jalen Thompson.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
okay.
So it was the tight end, and a little shovel pass to him, a well-designed play, and Jalen didn't have anybody around him, and he's running down the field, and the last man for Abraham Lincoln got him.
Down to the 17-yard line, so an 18-yard reception to Jalen Thompson. Good catch that time, Coach. First down Maroons. Now Dowling will back on the ground and running with the football into the end zone. Touchdown is Cam Middleton from 17 yards out. So the Maroons 2 plays, 35 yards, and another score. And Dowling has blown this open. It's 36-0 pending the extra point.
And Cam Middleton, there was a kid hanging onto his jersey, and he drug him the last 5 yards as he kept those big legs going of his. And I just love to watch him run when he gets those knees up and run like that. That's a lot of fun.
2 plays, 35 yards on the Dowling drive. Diego Leon in for the extra point. Runs down a player, so they'll run in Danny Nielsen as one of the linemen. English will hold, and Jake English was in on that series at quarterback for Dowling. The Maroons have interchanged both quarterbacks. Dante Cataldo, the sophomore, and English, the senior. Here's a snap by Hagan. The ball down. The kick is up. And Diego Leon is perfect. It's good. 37-0 Dowling. We'll take a break here in the second quarter as Dowling leads Council Bluffs Lincoln with 7:26 remaining here in the second quarter from Valley Stadium. Dowling's homecoming. Back in 1 minute on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercyone.org.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Davenport, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by CTO. What great news for donors to the Catholic Tuition Organization. You now receive 75%. Yes, 75% of your donation back in Iowa tax credits beginning January 1st of this year. Your support has helped thousands of students attend our Catholic schools. Best gift ever. Online, ctoiowa.org. At CTO, the bottom line, it's for the kids and their future.
Welcome back to Valley Stadium. Mark Amadeo, Matt Mandering, John Chido as Dowling was set to kick off. Maroons, the home team tonight on their homecoming, wearing their home maroon uniforms with white numbers and white pants and helmets. Council Bluffs Lincoln, the Lynx in their blue pants, white jerseys, red helmets, and red numbers. And on the return, that's Carson Shaw. He fielded it about the 7-yard line, returns it up to the 19-yard line. That is where Council Bluffs Lincoln will start. 1st and 10 from their own 27-yard line, it appears. And let's go down to the Dowling sideline, and that is where John Chido is at. Johnny, it's been pretty good for the Dowling offense tonight. They've taken advantage of a very short field.
Yeah, they sure have. And Matt mentioned this, too, watching Cam run with authority tonight, keeping his legs moving and getting that edge a lot quicker than I've had. And I think he's healthier than he has been the last couple games. He's been banged up, and you can really tell that tonight he's doing well.
Yeah, you're certainly right, Johnny. As first down, Council Bluffs Lincoln from their own 19-yard line. They spot it. They give it to the tailback. And let's see, is that Shaw who remained in there? He returned the kickoff, and he stayed in. And he tried to turn the corner, a little jet sweep, Matt, and no gain on the play. May have lost a yard. Back to the 18 is where they're going to spot it.
Yeah, they're going to bring that ball back in their penalty. We're not going to hear it.
We're going to try. So they're going to get Connor Oliver, who's also receiver, along with doing the punting duties for Council Bluffs Lincoln, with a block in the back, and that'll back up the Lynx. 7 minutes, 11 seconds remaining. First quarter, or rather first half, here in the second quarter. It's 37-0 Dowling. Now, the running clock does not begin until the second half. So this first half will have to be played out with the game stop, the clock stop rather. So they back them up to the 9-yard line. So it's half the distance to the goal on the penalty. And now Eli Lusaggio, the quarterback, back to throw from his own end zone off his back foot. The pass is incomplete. Tried to hit McHale Hayes, his tailback, to the right of the formation, but he short-hopped it because of pressure by the Dowling defense.
Yeah, it looked like Jalen Pettis on the pressure there for the Maroons. And Lusaggio just doesn't have any time back there once he gets back. And the thing that does for the Lynx is doesn't give them any option when they run. I mean, all they can do is run the football right now.
All right, Lusaggio will step out of the shotgun at the 5-yard line, the inside handoff, and hit and dropped immediately back at the 5, maybe to the 6. The tailback gets up, and that's McHale Hayes back in there, and he loses yardage, loses 3 yards back to the Council Bluffs 6-yard line.
I believe that was Stephen Young. We got a couple other players coming in there now. I couldn't quite pick up the number. I believe that Stephen Young made the stop on that play, senior defensive lineman.
All right, Hayes will stay in. He'll be to the right of the quarterback. It is 3rd and 23, Council Bluffs Lincoln. Here's a snap from their own 6-yard line. Out of the end zone, Lusaggio has the ball picked off, intercepted at the 15-yard line, and Dowling's going to take it in, and that's Townsend, the senior captain linebacker, who's already scored an offensive touchdown. He gets a pick 6 from 25 yards out.
Good pressure up front again from the Maroons. Again, Lusaggio had no time back there. He throws it over the middle, where, the golden rule is you never throw late over the middle. And he threw it over the middle, and Townsend's right there to take it and cashed it in. And
well, with 6:08 remaining here in the second quarter, Dowling now extends its lead to 43-0 over Council Bluffs Lincoln. And the extra point coming up. See if the Maroons will they will change kickers. It'll be David Robertson for his first extra point. Ball down, kick is high enough, long enough, and it's good. So David Roberts
Split it.
Puts it through, and it's 44-0 Dowling. We'll take a break with 6:08 remaining here in the second quarter. Dowling leading Council Bluffs Lincoln 44-0 from Valley Stadium on Dowling's homecoming here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Have you downloaded the Iowa Catholic Radio app? It's easy through the Apple App Store on iPhone or through Google Play on Android. Search Iowa Catholic Radio and download the app. You can listen to Iowa Catholic Radio Talk or Iowa Catholic Radio Music. Listening to Iowa Catholic Radio is easy.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio provided by Northwest Bank. Commitment you can bank on. Northwest Bank is a community bank serving Iowa and Nebraska. NW.BANK. Thank you, Northwest Bank, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment. Whether it's in the classroom or at home, Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium on Dowling's homecoming. David Roberts now kicking off for the Maroons. And the ball will go out of bounds, and Council Bluffs Lincoln will have it. 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line as David Roberts, who handling the kicking responsibilities now with the Maroons leading 44-0, 6:06 remaining second quarter. And David is a 6'3 senior. Remember him last year.
Getting his shot out there, and that's a good thing.
He's on the basketball team last year, played on Coach O'Connor's final basketball season at Dowling. Let's go down the Dowling sideline. That's where John Chido is at, and it's all Maroons tonight. How about that pick six from Townsend there? Adam Townsend, a senior captain, has a rushing touchdown, Johnny, and a defensive touchdown.
Yeah, how about that? And you can tell he's a defensive player primarily because when we caught that interception, he was looking, well, should I make contact and lower my shoulder? No, I can make it to the edge and get in the end zone. So.
There's no doubt there. And now Council Bluffs Lincoln from their own 35-yard line. And they keep the ball on the ground. I think Lusaggio.
Right now, you're at this point.
38-yard line. Go ahead, Dave. Or go ahead.
We got a guy with each side of you here. It's just a little confusing. Council Bluffs or Abraham, they had to sit behind that, get in traffic, get here late, get rushed, never got anything said, and they just come out and it's been flat for them.
2nd and 8 for Council Bluffs Lincoln from their own 38-yard line. Lusaggio read option, and he's going to hit and drilled. Faked the handoff to his tailback, and that was Hayes, and he took the play to the left and tried to get outside left end, and loses yardage back to the 35-yard line. Loss of 3.
When he turned around, there was more maroon there than there was white jerseys, and he didn't have any chance whatsoever to have any kind of a play.
Well, up next for Dowling, the Maroons travel to Johnson next Friday night. We'll be back on our regular time, 6:30 pregame, kickoff at 7 o'clock from Johnson High School. That'll be our next broadcast here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. And now back to throw on 3rd and 10, and Lusaggio's going to be hit and dropped. He'll be sacked inside the 20-yard line. They'll spot forward progress, and is that our homecoming candidate, Mata Brua.
Yeah, Mata Brua gets back there and gets the sack on the play, and good play for him. Great young man, and got it going.
Young man who did not play, not sit the first 2 games due to health reasons, but he was cleared to play. And they're going to spot it back to the 21-yard line. So a 14-yard sack for Mata. It'll bring up 4th and 23 for Council Bluffs Lincoln. Oliver in there. Good snap. And he gets it away. This is Connor Oliver with the kick. And Dowling will fair catch it by Cooper Nicholson right at the 46-yard line of Council Bluffs Lincoln. That's where Dowling will take over. And the Maroons have started here at their Council Bluffs Lincoln 20, 19, and now 46-yard line. Pretty good field position.
On the break, we'll talk about the 35-point rule.
So let's go down to the Dowling sideline. That is where John Chido is at. Johnny?
Yeah, it's been a luxury for the Dowling offense to start on the other team's side of the 50 on every drive except for the after the safety and the one kickoff. So it's been a great night for the Maroon offense.
Absolutely. And now English, the handoff right up the gut it goes, and that is the Dowling tailback, C.J. Phillip, taking it right between the two guards and center, and he gets it all the way down to the 32-yard line. He picked up 14 yards.
Yeah, nice run for CJ, and he kept his wheels going too, and churning down the field. That offensive line is just making holes now, and it is really aggressive.
It is. Kyle Rockers, the left tackle. Cade Batterton at left guard. Now back to throws. English fires the ball out. The pass is caught by Cooper Nicholson, and the ball is fumbled, and they're going to say it's a fumble, and it'll be Council Bluffs Lincoln football. And right at the 26-yard line.
I think, Ryan Ortega, I believe, number 12 for Council Bluffs Abraham, he came up and made a hit as soon as he turned around after he caught that football and popped it out and caused the fumble.
So they say it was a catch and then a fumble, and it'll be the first turnover against Dowling tonight with 2:28 remaining here in the
It's one of those
second quarter.
In the professional game, you're sitting there wondering if that would be, you got to turn and make a play forward. It was pretty bang and worked against the Maroons there.
A fumble after the reception would have been good for 6 yards on the reception. Now they keep the ball on the ground, and Lusaggio, I think that is Hayes, ended up with the football. And did he stay in bounds? He did.
No, I think he went out of bounds.
Well, they're keeping the clock running.
They are keeping the clock running. We were talking about this. The rule changed a year ago, and now you run the clock no matter when you're up by 35. So they are.
Oh, that's what they're doing.
Yeah,
I see. Well, it's no gain officially.
It used to be only the second half.
Yeah, after the second half. So it's 44-0 Maroons. Minute 35 remaining in the half. Lusaggio on the read option. The give is to his tailback, and he's brought down. He crosses the 25 up to the 27-yard line, and that, once again, is Mikhail Hayes, the ball carrier for Council Bluffs Lincoln.
And they just cannot find anything to have a lot of success with right now, and especially when you have no time to throw the football. You're stuck running the ball, and Dowling is sitting there able to man up on the edges, and so it puts a lot of pressure, puts a lot of guys in the box.
So 3 receivers to the left, 3rd and 9 for Council Bluffs Lincoln. Dowling and Lincoln both have all 3 of their timeouts at their disposal, but nothing called here. Back to throws. Lusaggio rolls to his left. Being chased. Still being chased. Stops. Fires the ball downfield. The pass is underthrown, incomplete. As the ricochet goes all the way down to the Dowling 30-yard line to bring up 4th down. That'll keep the clock running with 45 seconds remaining in the half.
Yeah, Lusaggio on the run, and he just kind of throws that ball into the ground. And you're right, it was like a rock skipping across the water. It went all the way down to the 30 on the other side.
That thing just kept moving.
Yeah, and with the running clock here, they will have to punt it before time runs out. Nope, they reset the clock, and they will not have to punt it. So they don't have to
the play clock they reset you're talking about. Yeah.
Right.
Play clock at 18, and we have 15 seconds remaining. So, right, they do not have to snap it, and I don't think they will.
I don't think they will either.
44-0. John Chida will catch up with head coach Tom Wilson, as we did not have Johnny last week in Iowa City, as we'll go to halftime with the Maroons with a big lead here at halftime, 44-0. Matter of fact, the second half will start with the running clock, and we'll give Johnny a moment to get in touch with Coach Wilson as the Maroons lead at 44-0. 2 touchdowns for Cam Middleton from runs of 5 and 17 yards. And C.J. Phillip, a 7-yard run for a touchdown for the Maroons. And Adam Townsend, a 2-yard rushing touchdown and a 25-yard pick-6 touchdown. And that's the scoring for the Maroons. And let's go down to John Chida with head coach Tom Wilson. Johnny?
Coach Wilson, what a great start to a first half. Everything going right offensively, being able to move the ball and do a lot of things, and a lot of successes, and scored a defensive touchdown as well.
Yeah, a lot of things have gone right for us. It's kind of a breath of fresh air, to be honest with you. But I think our kids have come out and done a nice job, and hopefully we can get a lot of kids in the ball game.
Well, Coach, best of luck second half. Keep it going. Thank you.
All right, John, thank you for that update. Head coach Tom Wilson visiting with our John Chido on the Dowling sideline as the Maroons lead it by the score of 44-0 here at halftime from Valley Stadium on Dowling's homecoming, Athletic Hall of Fame. And we're going to talk more about the candidates that were involved. And let's take a look at our first half stats. Coach Seifert did a great job. Jarek Seifert always does a great job with our stats, and let's take a look at them right now. Dowling with 253 yards of total offense here in the first half, 27 for Council Bluffs Lincoln. Dowling with 129 yards passing, 124 yards in the air. Council Bluffs Lincoln 2 yards passing and 25 yards on the ground. The Maroons were penalized 3 times for 20 yards. Council Bluffs Lincoln 4 penalties for 23 yards. 13 first downs for the Maroons, 5 for Council Bluffs Lincoln. And Dante Cataldo, 2 out of 2 passing, 87 yards and a touchdown. The sophomore coming in his first completed pass of his career. Jake English went 4 of 5 for Dowling for 42 yards in the start. And for Council Bluffs Lincoln, Eli Lusaggio went 2 out of 7 passing for 2 yards and an interception. Leading ball carrier for Dowling is Cam Middleton, 6 carries, 64 yards, and a pair of touchdowns. C.J. Phillip, 4 carries for 41 yards and a touchdown. Jake English, 1 run for 7 yards. And Adam Townsend, 1 carry for 2 yards and a touchdown. For Council Bluffs Lincoln, their leading ball carrier is Mikhail Hayes, 11 carries for 30 yards. And also carrying the ball, Caden McDowell, 2 carries for 5 yards. Stephen Smith, 1 carry for 4 yards. The leading receiver for Dowling Catholic was Carson Brown, 2 catches for 87 yards and a touchdown. Again, last week Carson had no catches against City High. Jalen Thompson, 1 catch for 18 yards, a Dowling tight end. C.J. Phillip, 1 catch for 12 yards. Mikey McLean, 1 catch for 7 yards. And Cooper Nicholson, 1 catch for 5 yards. For Council Bluffs Lincoln, Mikhail Hayes, 1 catch for 1 yard. And Tim McCarthy, 1 catch for 1 yard. It's all Dowling here in the first half. 44-0, Dowling leading Council Bluffs Lincoln. Maroons with 253 yards of total offense in the first half, 27 for Council Bluffs Lincoln. We'll take a break and come back as Coach Jepson will join us from the Catholic Football League as the Maroons lead at 44-0 here at Valley Stadium at halftime. Along with John Chido and Matt Mandring, I'm Mark Amadale. Stay tuned. Our halftime guest is coming up here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Thank you, Ashworth Vision Clinic, for underwriting Dowling Catholic Sports 365 on Iowa Catholic Radio. Ashworth Vision Clinic online at ashworthvision.com. Ashworth Vision Clinic, 515-440-4610.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Kemin, a global ingredient manufacturer using science to transform the quality of life for 80% of the world with their products and services. Kemin, using science to transform the world. Kemin.com. Thank you, Kemin, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Hey, we're back here at Valley Stadium on Dowling's homecoming and Athletic Hall of Fame night as the Maroons lead it here at halftime, 44-0 over Council Bluffs Lincoln. We're joined by Andy Jepson, the president of the Catholic Football League. And, this is going to be good, Coach. We're going to watch halftime.
Yep.
The band. We got some theatrics going on, and it's just you and I talking football, huh?
And we got a comfortable lead for the first time in 5 weeks, so that's got everybody's spirits a little bit higher.
Yeah, including the head coach who just spoke with our John Chido, and he did sound a little bit more like he had more pep in his step, and rightly so. It's been interesting. But Andy Jepson, thanks for joining us, and you got elected president again. I mean, how long does your term run out? When's it run out? We were just talking about that.
I don't know what the election process is. I think it's.
We have some people here that can answer that.
They only let you out with a pint of blood, I think, or something along those lines.
We have some people here that can answer that, you know.
Yeah.
Andy, it sounds like a record year. I know on Saturday mornings I'm out there with volleyball, as my daughter's in the Catholic volleyball program, and football started here a week or two ago, and the Catholic Football League is going strong with games now being played, practice is going on, and give our listeners an update. And congratulations, record turnout. I love that.
It's really been great to see. We've got just a shade under 600 kids who are playing CFL this year between 1st and 7th grade. Our 1st through 5th graders are the kids that are playing out there on Saturday mornings. It's funny that you say that. I've long thought that the campus at Dowling Catholic on Saturday mornings in the fall is like it's as close to New York City as you're going to find in Des Moines. I mean, there's people coming out of every crevice of that campus on Saturday morning. So, but
guys are all over.
But it's awesome to see all the kids out there, and I think almost 450 kids playing flag football between 1st and 5th grade, and then another roughly 150 who are playing on our 6th and 7th grade tackle teams in the Mid-Iowa Youth Football League. And this is week 3, so they're about to be at the halfway point, and things are going great so far. We're thrilled with the support and the number of kids that are participating. It says a lot about kind of the renewed interest in the game and in the sport of football, and kind of buoys our spirits a little bit that we're doing something right with our model and trying to keep kids engaged in the sport to a later age before we start tackling. I think that that's something that we went to a few years ago, and it seems to have paid dividends so far.
We talked about that as you've come on our half times throughout the football season, Andy, and you mentioned that the flag football 1st through 4th grade, and now 5th through 8th grade. Well, actually 5th through 7th, because 8th grade is now part of the high school.
Right.
And that's for my sideline guy and your partner in crime, John Chido, coaches. But yeah, that's different. Tackling later in the youth movement, and it seemed to have paid off, especially with the Heads Up program that's been going on for quite some time with the concussion awareness that we're all going through here with football.
Absolutely. I think, everything from the way that we train and educate our coaches, to the quality of the equipment that we're putting on our kids, to the basic model that we're now following, where, the trend for a long time, maybe 10 years ago, was to slide tackle football up earlier and earlier and earlier, and you get 2nd and 3rd and 4th graders out there tackling. And with Coach Wilson's really his direction and at his guidance, we looked at that model and said, I think we're losing kids. We've got a number of kids that really aren't ready to start tackling in 4th or 5th grade, and what can we do to maybe fill a niche here in the Des Moines area for offering competitive flag football a little bit later. And I think the question back then was, do you lose out on some sort of development with kids that are in 4th or 5th grade? Are our kids going to be behind by the time they do start to play tackle football? And we just really haven't seen that. Our 6th and 7th grade teams are generally pretty competitive in the league that they play in, and obviously once they get up here to Dowling, the Dowling teams are always very competitive. So I think we're settling into this model where we're not gonna ask kids to start making a decision about whether they're ready physically to start tackling until they're a little bit older.
Visit with Andy Jepson, the president of the Catholic Football League here on Iowa Catholic Radio. Our halftime score: Dowling leading Council Bluffs Lincoln by the score of 44-0 here at Valley Stadium on Dowling's homecoming. And Andy, you talk about the development. I know the coaches that you have coaching, the kids that are out. I see kids that are in flag, but also are they wearing helmets too at times? So you kind of got that as they progress through the league. They're not going into tackle football right away. They're putting on the equipment, but it's still flag.
Yeah. So our model is 1st through 3rd is traditional unpadded 7-on-7 flag, and then 4th and 5th graders are playing what we call transitional flag, where they've got a helmet and a shoulder pads on. Now this year has been a real challenge for a couple reasons. First of all, we've got all of the delivery and shipping challenges and just supply chain challenges that COVID has brought to us, and we've got 100+ extra kids. And so our 4th graders this year, we didn't have enough helmets to put all of our 4th graders in helmets, and so we're going with kind of a rugby bonnet to protect their head a little bit while they're playing flag for the normal 6 weeks, and then what we're going to offer those kids is 2 additional weeks that they normally wouldn't have, where we'll put shoulder pads and helmets on them and kind of go through a 2-week period at the end of the season where they get that transitional experience. And then obviously 5th grade is again transitional flag before they start tackling in 6th grade.
Well, what helmets you do have the Guardians, and that's been a big effort. I remember raising money trying to get enough Guardians for every helmet in the Catholic Football League, whether it's in the flag transitional or the tackle part. Yeah. How has that come with COVID and everything? We haven't talked much about that, but the Guardians, and you might want to explain to our listeners at home, especially parents that have kids that are thinking about football, what the Guardian means to part of the helmet and the equipment.
Yeah, so Guardian caps in our, I wouldn't say partnership, but our becoming a client of the Guardian company. Essentially what that's allowed us to do is it's a foam padded covering that goes over the outside of the helmet, and we use those for all practices. And right now it's just 6th and 7th graders. It's just our tackle teams. We could potentially probably put those on our 4th and 5th graders as well. But right now we're just making sure that we're kind of matching what our 8th grade, 9th grade, and on up do with that protective device over the top of the helmet. It just adds another inch or inch and a half layer of foam protection. And you know, candidly, especially at the younger age, it's not so much that you get a bunch of helmet-on-helmet contact, particularly during practice, but, you know, kids are hitting their head on the ground, and you're not always practicing on the best, you know, surface. You're kind of practicing wherever you can find an open patch of grass when you're a 5th or 6th grader. And so having that padding on the outside of the helmet, it helps with those helmet-to-helmet contacts, or certainly when a kid bangs the back of his head on the ground. And you know, it's just another step towards trying to preserve kids and make sure that their safety and their health is at the forefront of everything we're trying to do.
Visit with Andy Jepson, the president of the Catholic Football League, here at halftime on Iowa Catholic Radio. Dowling leading Council Bluffs Lincoln 44-0 here at halftime. The Maroons will start the second half with the running clock. Mm-hmm. And if you want more information, I know, Andy, dmcatholicfootball.com. We'll give that out a few more times if folks want information. All the contact there. The season's underway. You said that we're into week 3. Starting tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow and Sunday will be week 3, which puts us right at the midway point. The flag kids play 6 weeks, and obviously, as I just said, the 4th graders will have an extra 2 weeks this year. And our tackle teams play 5 regular season games and then kind of a 6th playoff weekend, if you will, to wrap up their season in about a month, mid-October.
And this doesn't happen without fundraising, because to afford the equipment, to afford the guardians, the safety equipment, and of course, you know, you can't have the same equipment that I used back in the 70s and 80s. You don't want that handed down. Right. You got to buy new equipment. Yeah. You have fundraising, and you had a golf outing this year. I know my partner in crime down on the sideline, John Chido, and his family do a great job with the Des Moines golf courses. Talk about that event and how important that is.
Yeah, well, it's really important, because what it allows, you know, our budget. We've been able, for the 5 years that I've been on the board and been the president of the board, we've been able to keep our registration price flat. We haven't had to increase our cost per kid to register to play. You know, having kids that have played multiple sports now. Football is by far the least expensive of any sport that there is to play, at least that my kids have been involved in. You know, I think our tackle kids are paying somewhere in the ballpark of $225 or $240 a year to play a 2-month season. And so that budget really is set to kind of maintain what I'll call our normal inventory. But when we want to go do things that are extra, like the Guardians, or if we want to upgrade the quality of our helmets, or upgrade, this year we bought all brand new reversible jerseys for the 6th and 7th graders that are really, really sharp, and our kids are super excited. You know, we're super excited to have those new jerseys. When we want to be able to do those things, that's what the golf outing allows us to do, is kind of create that cushion in our budget to go do some of those extra things that make the experience for the kids safer and more enjoyable. And you're right, the Chido family and the golf courses, Waveland and Blank, is where we hold that outing every other year. They've been fantastic to us. We've got a long list of sponsors that take great care of us and support our program every year by their contributions to that golf outing. And candidly, it's just a lot of fun. We have a blast out there. Usually it is the last Friday in the month of July. That may be changing a little bit in the years to come, because that's now become kind of a hands-off dead week for the high school athletes per the state. And so I know that I caught a little bit of flack from my wife as to why we weren't on vacation, and I was sticking around here to run a golf outing during dead week. So that may have to change a little bit going forward. But we'll figure it out. Those guys at Blank and Waveland take great care of us, and we have a lot of fun with that event.
It's a great event. And, of course, the website is dmcatholicfootball.com. And, of course, I'm sure they have all the information about the future golf outings, but it's not done without sponsorship. I know Iowa Catholic Radio, we sponsor a hole, and we had a foursome now. I understand because I don't golf, but the guys that were out there, we had one ringer and we had a lot of erasers working, so I don't know how they placed.
I think that they maybe won the award for the most fun. They had a lot of fun that day, and it's always great to have the
sales guys,
the Iowa Catholic Radio guys out there with us. And as you mentioned, the website, just for folks that are interested in looking at next season. We generally open up our registration for the upcoming season about April 1st. That's also when the golf outing information goes up on the website, and we start to take registrations for foursomes and sponsorships and things of that nature. And that'll all come about roughly April 1st of 2022.
All right. Well, Andy, we appreciate you coming up here at halftime on a big night. We missed you on Catholic football night where, what was that, I forgot which game it was, but it must have been, it was the Ankeny game. And you guys all ran across the field. I thought there was one casualty down here in the corner. It seems like usually it's a coach, but this time it was an actual young man. Hopefully he's all right.
Yeah, we had, I actually visited with that young man's grandmother shortly thereafter, and unfortunately we didn't follow instructions over there in the northeast corner quite the way we were supposed to, which sometimes happens with third, fourth, and fifth graders. So, but no, everybody had a good night that night, and I think we had almost 500 kids running across the field that night, which is it's just awesome to see. It like I said earlier, it kind of lifts our spirits, our spirits on the board to see such great participation and the level of interest and energy in the game, kind of returning to what it was. In years past.
Certainly was. We thank you for all the hard work. You drive the ship. You have a lot of people that help you out,
no
including
doubt.
My cohort. I don't know if John, are you on mic down there, or are you in the locker room? I never know if he is or not. He's giving instructions to Coach Wilson, so never mind.
There you go.
But anything you want to mention to our listeners, Catholic Football League folks, that's what we're talking about. dmcatholicfootball.com. The president, Andy Jepson, with me. Yep. Anything else you want to mention to our listeners?
Just a huge thank you to all the parents, all the athletes that are participating this year, and extra special thanks to all the dads and moms. This year we've got a couple moms who are coaching. Obviously, it's a parent-run league, and we pride ourselves on that, and we couldn't do what we do without tremendous participation and interest from a ton of parents. So thanks to all of you that are supporting us.
When I sneak out in the field between my daughter's volleyball matches, they're never back-to-back. I always got an hour break. I go out there, sportsmanship, everybody doing the right thing. I'm very impressed with the teamwork, the commitment of the kids, and accountability. That's all very present out there. And the one thing that is my brother. He's out there officiating that. How'd you hire him to keep the rule?
That's the reason you're seeing
my brother
such
Matt's
great
out there. He's at a high school game tonight, but you hired him on Saturdays. I can't believe that.
We actually hire one gentleman, Chris Lynch is his name, and he's a local official that organizes all of the officials in the area. And I would be remiss to not thank Chris. He's been a godsend for us. Our league is so much more efficient and better run because of the fact that we've got certified and highly skilled officials refereeing everything from a first grade game through our seventh grade games. I think the parents appreciate that. I know the coaches do, and it keeps the skirmishes between the coaches and the officials to a dull roar most weekends, and that's always a good thing.
Andy, thanks for joining us once again. You're always welcome, as you know. And best of luck to those Grandview University Vikings. Folks, this is the quarterback coach, and they're putting up big numbers, kind of like he did when he played for the Barnstormers and Manson Northwest when he played for his dad. Putting up big numbers there at Grandview U, and you've got a game tomorrow at noon at Williams Stadium.
Yeah, 1 o'clock tomorrow, actually.
Oh, it's 1 now, okay.
Yeah, we're homecoming tomorrow, so we're backed up an hour from normal, and we've got Evangel coming to town and looking to get to 5-0. Another successful start and some really, really talented guys. So anybody looking for a football fix tomorrow afternoon in the area, come check us out.
Absolutely. Andy Jepson's my guest. Andy, thank you for all you do, and I'm sure we'll talk to you maybe before the year's over.
Sounds great. Appreciate it very much.
You bet. Thanks for coming down. And that's Andy Jepson, our guest here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network. We're going to take a break, come back with more of the second half. Dowling leading 44-0 over Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln. We'll return to Valley Stadium and talk more about homecoming and the Athletic Hall of Fame that Dowling inducted tonight. And we'll be back with that after these messages here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercy1.org.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Davenport, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
What is the best gift ever? Giving a Catholic education is at the top of my list. Your contribution to CTO helps families send their children to our Catholic schools who otherwise could not afford it. In giving to CTO, you receive the best tax credits ever. Pledge or donate online at ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their future.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium, homecoming for Dowling Catholic as the Maroons lead at halftime 44-0. Alongside Matt Mandring and John Chido, I'm Mark Amadale. Glad you could join us. We have the second half coming up. If you joined us late, well, we were late tonight. Council Bluffs Lincoln on their trip down I-80 from western Iowa ran into a severe traffic tie-up that tied up traffic around the Stewart area. So we were about a half hour late starting, just under. So we obviously Coach Wilson gave Council Bluffs Lincoln and head coach John Wolf all the chance when the bus left and got here. You know, you've been kind of involved with that before, Matt. It's never easy when you have a delayed start because of transportation issues, and that happened to Council Bluffs Lincoln tonight. But we started about 25 minutes late, which wasn't bad considering what we thought we heard.
You know, and you feel bad for those kids. That's a long time to sit in that bus and wait for traffic and everything to get unplugged, and you're sitting there with the anticipation of getting to a game, and you already got a 2-hour road trip anyway, and that's tough. You know, I've been involved in a few of those situations where it's been because of weather. Things get delayed either after the game starts and everything. I mean, it's just hard to get the motor running after a long delay like that.
Yeah, it certainly is. And again, we want to thank Andy Jepson, the president of Catholic Football League, for joining us here at halftime from Valley Stadium. And let's take a look at let's talk about the Hall of Fame. That happened earlier today. Most of the recognition was done at Dowling. And congratulations to the inductees. They include Judy Balducci, who was a longtime athletic administrative assistant, not only to the late John Hayes, but many others. And she coordinated a lot of events at Dowling, including the annual steak fry we had on the soap game for football to start the year.
The soap game.
Well,
that's a blast from the past.
Yeah,
right
they kind of called it that, but then we had the steak fry, and Judy had to find cooks, so a lot of time Mr. Ron Gray. I don't know why they got a wrestling coach and golf coach to do it, but he cooked a lot of the steaks, and they were pretty good. He called them roadkill for some reason. I don't know what that meant, but it was. But Judy was a tremendous in her job, and I worked closely with her for many years. She was there from 1988 to 2000 in the athletic office, and congratulations to her husband John, who runs the chain gang. He's the clip guy. He's retiring after this year. He's going to pass the chains over, and her daughter's Lisa McLean, Coach McLean's wife, and Krista Eckhart. So if you see the Eckharts and McLeans, they're all in West Des Moines, and congratulations to Judy. The next inductee was John Wilkinson, longtime softball and basketball coach, became head coaches in both sports, but he was a longtime feeder program coach, and I bet he had 40 years of coaching, 20 years at Dowling, and he was 6 years the head softball coach, and took Dowling to the state championship back in 2004, and he was 11 seasons as the girls varsity assistant, and then he was the head coach at Dowling basketball, replaced Bob and Sharon Hansen. And then when he retired, Bob and Sharon Hansen replaced him. It's kind of one of those deals, Matt, but he's now coaching softball at DMAC. And congratulations to John Wilkinson and his wife Robin and his family were all there today. Jason McMurray was one of the he and his fellow 2011 graduate Jake Yasnich both went in, and they both shared baseball and football as their sports. Basketball for Jason McMurray and Jake Yasnich with track, and they both went on to college and had tremendous baseball careers. Matter of fact, Mr. McMurray was drafted by the Dodgers and played for the Angels. And he lives right now in Urbandale with his wife Brooklyn and kids, and of course his parents Scott and Theresa. Jason McMurray, congratulations to him. And then Jake Yasnich, his parents Pat and Aaron, who now live in Adale. They used to live in Beaverdale, but when Jake left, they moved out. Moved out there.
I saw a proud baseball coach. Coach O'Neill was.
Yes, Tim O'Neill.
He had, ear to ear today, all day long.
Yep, and of course Jake Yasnich coaching for the Xavier Musketeers in Cincinnati, Ohio. And the final inductee in the Dowling Athletic Hall of Fame was Becca Hittner, 2016 graduate, played basketball and soccer. People forget she was a pretty good soccer player. And she finished her career at Drake, and then she played overseas last year before retiring. She's part of the Drake coaching staff, and her parents are here, Nick and Jill. They live in Urbandale, just north of me, and her older brother Jonathan and her sister Allison. So that is the Athletic Hall of Fame for 2021. And congratulations, Judy Balducci, John Wilkinson, Jason McMurray, Jake Yasnich, and Becca Hittner. And we are underway, believe it or not. The second half has started with the running clock, Matt, as Dowling leading 44-0. And Council Bluffs Lincoln will have the football first. Hey, John Chida, you still with us? Come on in.
I am, Mark. I tried to get back to you, but you cut me off.
I did, because I said, dead air. He's in. Jepson and I knew you were talking to Coach Wilson and giving him, some hints for the second half.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was doing. That's my advice.
All right, first down, Council Bluffs Lincoln. The line of scrimmage is their own 22-yard line, and the give is to the tailback. And let's see, we're going to have a lot of numbers going in this contest, and I don't think they've.
Trying to think, I think they've rotated some people in already.
Yeah, that's Shaw that made the carry. So we're going to see a lot of different players come in throughout this contest with the running clock. Maroons up 44-0, and Council Bluffs Lincoln now with the 2nd and 9, a gain of 1 that time, from their own 23-yard line. Quarterback is Eli Lusaggio, and the give is to an inside handoff, and going nowhere, maybe a yard of the 23-yard line, is the tailback, Caden McDowell.
I see in there now you have Zach Harnden in there, and you got Kai Woods, senior, is getting some snaps out there in the defensive line as well, and so we are seeing a lot of fresh faces out there getting a chance to get on the field and make an impact during a varsity game.
No question about that. As got some scores to pass along. We'll get those here in a moment. As now it's 3rd and 9 for Council Bluffs Lincoln. Here's a snap. Lusaggio fakes the handoff, and he keeps it, and he gets the ball up to the 25-yard line. He'll gain 2 yards, and it'll bring up 4th down for the Lynx.
Good play by Jimmy Wanick at that linebacker position, and those opportunities right now as a junior, he's getting out there, and that with this rotation, this sets the stage for him, for a year from now, and
it
get
does.
those reps and get out there and make plays.
So bring up 4th down as Oliver will be in to punt. That is Connor Oliver. As final from Ankeny, it was Ankeny 49, Roosevelt 6. The final in a top 10 matchup. Penalty flag is down. The kick goes out of bounds right about the 45 of Council Bluffs Lincoln. And
where's the?
Well, maybe not. And I think he picked it up. Yeah. It was thrown right around the 40-yard line. So Dowling will start 1st and 10 from the Council Bluffs Lincoln 45-yard line. If you joined us late, Dowling with a 3 rushing touchdowns, 2 of them by Cam Middleton, the other by C.J. Phillip, and the other, 4 rushing touchdowns. The second one was by Adam Townsend. And then they were set up by pretty good passing. The Maroons have not missed a beat tonight. And it'll be 1st down Maroons from the Council Bluffs Lincoln 45. And Dante Cataldo leading the way. And he hands it off to the tailback, and running right through there. And in the open field is Jack Moore, the 6-foot, 175-pound junior.
And he took off and had an open crease there and picked up the easy. He was in touch for the first 10 yards. And nice run here for Jack.
So all the way down to the 31-yard line, 14-yard run on 1st down for Dowling Catholic.
We got Dante Cataldo in at quarterback and Crunchlow up there at that fullback position as the offense starts to move.
Cataldo back to throw, and he fires it out. Mikey McLean with the catch. His grandmother, Judy Balducci, went into the Hall of Fame tonight, and the catch is down to the 27-yard line to pick up a 4.
He gets those winning a state championship in that 100-yard dash, young Mickey.
And the 220.
Mikey and
the 200.
And the 200.
Yeah.
And so he's got that speed, and get him on the edge, and it'd be fun to watch him run.
So it is 2nd and 7 Maroons. As you mentioned, Dante Cataldo in. And the give is the tailback. That's Jack Moore, and he's slicing his way down inside the 25, and he's near a first down. He may have picked it up.
Yeah, it's going to be right at the stick, and they are moving the chains here as they got it to him. The Dowling offense right now has most of I think it has that starting outfit, in that offensive line. And they're going to sit there and pound this first series in, and then I imagine we'll start to see some rotations.
And at last report, Waukee leading Johnston 31-12, and they're looking for their first win as the Maroons keep the ball on the ground as they get it down inside the 20, down to the 19-yard line.
Yeah, a couple other scores. Urbandale up big on Des Moines East, 49-7, and the last score out of Marshalltown Valley was up 42-12. Southeast Polk up on Waterloo West, 42-7.
All right, we'll try to keep you abreast and updated with the scores in 5A, and the give is to
looked like Hunter Crutchlow.
In there now as they take out Jack Moore and put Crutchlow in, and they're going to just interchange. Now they're interchanging their tackles here, Matt.
Yep.
So Dowling with a lot of personnel changes. 3rd and 4 Maroons from the 15-yard line. A pick up a 6 that time by Crutchlow. 6 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Dowling 44, Council Bluffs Lincoln nothing with the running clock tonight. From Valley Stadium in West Des Moines, Mark Amadale, Matt Maindring, John Chido. The give is to the tailback for the Maroons, and that is Hunter Crutchlow again. And the junior is hit and stopped maybe toward the – he may have lost a yard back to the 16. He did.
It's going to bring up 4th and 5. 6 doesn't look like they're going to kick the field goal. They're going to keep the offensive unit on the field.
So a 1-yard loss brings up 4th and 5. Dante Cataldo is the quarterback. He's got 2 receivers to the right. Bo Gamble split out wide right. Here's Cataldo with 1 receiver to the left. Tight end is on the left. Here's the snap. Dante looking left, throws left. Pass is caught. Nice catch that time by Nick Calvert. And he's got the first down inside the 10 down to the 7-yard line.
Nick Calvert, nice catch out there, and quick throw from Cataldo, and got him and in stride and completes the pass for the first down.
9-yard gain on the play. The Maroons bring in Jack Moore, who returns to the contest, and I think the fullback will be Crutchlow. And he'll play the tailback, 2 receivers to the right. And the snap to Cataldo, read option, and he gets to Crutchlow inside the 5. He's hit and dropped at the 4-yard line. He'll gain 3, and it'll bring up 2nd and goal from the 3.
Nice tackle there, I believe. I had the wrong number there, but tackled by the Lynx player and got Crutchlow as he got down in there, but nice run.
He had a nice little hole initially, and it closed fast.
Closed quick.
Yeah. All right, it is 2nd and goal at the 4 for the Maroons, they'll call it. Cataldo out of the shotgun, pistol formation with 2 receivers to the right. Cataldo, handoff again to Crutchlow, penalty flag down, touchdown Crutchlow, but this may be coming back as the back judge threw the flag.
Yeah, probably going to be holding. They've been interchanging. Most of the offensive line now has been interchanged out, and we'll see what the call is here.
I want to thank our sponsors here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network tonight. They include Northwest Bank, Skeffington's Formal Wear, Kemen, Mercy One, and the Catholic Tuition Organization. That penalty will be assessed against Dowling.
Yeah, usually it's not too surprising when the back judge throws it into the middle of the line there as they're coming down the field. That's usually the call.
Well, we want to thank our officials, as we should be doing in every sport, including tonight's crew. Chris Short is our referee from West Des Moines. The umpire is Steve Gradeville from Boone. Jeff Whelan from Waukee is our linesman. The line judge is Brian Weber from Grimes, and the back judge, DeCarlo Long from West Des Moines. We want to thank them for being here, and if they weren't here, we couldn't have the game. Matter of fact, a few games were postponed tonight because they didn't have officials.
Really?
Now, yeah, I just saw that on Twitter as now a pass from Cataldo. It's caught by Bo Gamble, and he catches it right around the 7-yard line for a gain of, get some of those yardage back, gain of 6.
Yeah, cut it in half, and that's what you want to kind of do in that situation there is to cut the yardage in half and give yourself a good shot at the end zone here inside the 10-yard line.
So to bring up 3rd and goal, Dowling from the 7-yard line. Again, the Maroons were assessed a 10-yard holding penalty that pushed them back as they were down inside the 4 of Council Bluffs Lincoln. 44-0 Dowling, and here's a read option, and the give is to the tailback for the Maroons, and that is Jack Moore, and he's angling for the touchdown. He is in the end zone. Touchdown, Moore.
Yeah.
It's like he zigzagged in the little hole the right guard and tackle gave him. And who is that, by the way? Because they've interchanged their offensive line.
Yeah,
now.
Jack. Yeah, I don't. The line up front, it was hard to say. You know, Jack Moore got in there and got behind a couple of those big guys and ducked and dived and made it down across the end zone. Nice run for him.
So Jack Moore becomes the 5th Dowling player to rush for a touchdown tonight. Maroons have scored 5 rushing touchdowns, and the extra point is up, and it is good. So the Maroons lead it 50-0 with 3:30 remaining. Here in the 3rd quarter, the clock is stopped. We'll be back after this timeout here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Iowa Catholic Radio is now available on your smart speaker. Step 1, say,
Alexa, enable the Iowa Catholic Radio skill.
Or enable it through your Alexa app. Step 2, say,
Alexa, open Iowa Catholic Radio.
Now enjoy listening to Iowa Catholic Radio through your smart speaker.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio provided by Northwest Bank. Commitment you can bank on. Northwest Bank is a community bank serving Iowa and Nebraska. NW.BANK. Thank you, Northwest Bank, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment. Whether it's in the classroom or at home, Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
And we're back here at Valley Stadium in West Des Moines. Homecoming for Dowling Catholic and Athletic Hall of Fame induction. We have to get our homecoming candidates. We'll get those in and let you know who the king and queen are. Dowling up 51-0 after the extra point. Maroons go 10 plays, 55 yards, and now the kickoff by Dowling Catholic, and it'll be fielded by the Lynx. And on the return, across the 10-yard line, and I believe that was Carson Shaw on the return, and they'll spot him down there. Let's go down to the Dowling sideline. A lot of players getting in tonight, John Chido, and a different group that scored, and Jack Moore with his first touchdown of the year.
Yeah, Jack Moore had a lot of nice runs there, and loved his style of running north-south and with his pad level low, and also Hunter Crutchlow getting some carries. He had Clayton Witten up front, Anthony Cano up front, Danny Nielsen. So you're seeing a lot of new faces, which is a great thing to see because we haven't been able to see that up until now.
That is correct. Thank you, John, for that report. 3:22. The game clock continues to run here. Dowling leading 51-0 over Council Bluffs Lincoln. And now Lusago keeps the ball on the ground. Penalty flag down. He's run out of bounds. Line of scrimmage was back at the 7-yard line, and now they run him out of bounds. And this is going to come back. I think it's a hold in the backfield.
It looks like you got a hold in there, and turn him back one more time.
Maroons have scored 6 touchdowns tonight, all on the ground. 2 by Cam Middleton, 2 by Adam Townsend. One by Adam Townsend. One was a pick 6. And then Jack Moore on a touchdown and C.J. Phillip on a touchdown. Of course, in between, the Maroons with a safety as Council Bluffs Lincoln snapped the ball out of the back of the end zone off a punt. And thus our score of 51-0. Maroons perfect on all 7 of their extra points.
All facets of the game working tonight for the Maroons.
Penalty is half the distance of the goal, so they'll start from the 8. 1st and 10 from the 8. And Lusago on the read option keeps the football, and he's across the 15-yard line, picks up the first down. They finally tackle him across the 20, maybe the 21-yard line. So Lusago gets loose.
Nice run for Lusaggio. Ben Hoover on the stop for the Maroons as the linebacker coming in there and finally was able to drag him down as the Lusaggio used that speed and he gets to that next level.
Yes,
He's
he
a
does.
dangerous runner.
He is. Dowling 2s and 3s in there, and Council Bluffs Lincoln keeping their 1s. But nonetheless, it's 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. Council Bluffs Lincoln going left to right, north to south here at Valley Stadium. Lusaggio keeps the football, and he can't get the corner turn. He's finally wrapped up and spun around right at the line of scrimmage. And he may have, they're going to rule him a yard on the play, so give him a gain of 1.
Yeah, Isaac Yume here, number 90, coming off the field, gets in on the stop on that play. Senior defensive lineman, 6'2", 235. Good kid, and great to see him get on the field and make a play.
So it'll bring up 2nd and 9 for Council Bluffs Lincoln. The Lynx with a record of 3-1 coming into the contest. Lusaggio in the read option, keeps it, goes around left end, spins out of a tackle and gets up to the 30-yard line. He'll gain 7. And it'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and about 3 for the Lynx.
He made a nice play on that, and as deceptive as he is with that football, and got to the edge, was able to make a nice run, and creates a 3rd and short situation.
So Lusaggio will stay in there. He's went the distance at quarterback for Council Bluffs Lincoln, a senior. As the Lynx now with the ball at their own 30-yard line, 3rd and 2. We're in the final 65 seconds of the third quarter with 3 receivers to the right. Lusaggio, read option, gives it to the tailback, and he's hit and dropped. Hey, those number 2s and 3s are doing the job.
Yeah.
They converge in there. And, Matt,
They did.
there's about 4 maroon jerseys around the ball carrier, and that was Hayes.
Ben Thomas and company over there as he led the charge. And also it looked like Seth DeWitty in there as well.
So they'll give Hayes no gain in the play. It's 4th and 2. Final 35 seconds of the third quarter, and Lusaggio now works out of the shotgun. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. No tight end. And they'll run 1 back in the backfield. And I believe that's McDowell.
It's 4th and short. They're letting the play clock run down. I don't know if he's going to call timeout. Yeah, he did.
Timeout called with 17 seconds remaining third quarter. We'll take a break. Dowling 51, Council Bluffs Lincoln nothing. 17 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Back in 1 minute on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Thank you, Ashworth Vision Clinic, for underwriting Dowling Catholic Sports 365 on Iowa Catholic Radio. Ashworth Vision Clinic online at ashworthvision.com. Ashworth Vision Clinic, 515-440-4610.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Kemin, a global ingredient manufacturer using science to transform the quality of life for 80% of the world with their products and services. Kemin, using science to transform the world. Kemin.com. Thank you, Kemin, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
All right, we're back here at Valley Stadium. Final 17 seconds of the third quarter, and now Lusaggio in at quarterback. And the give is to his tailback, and he's hit and dropped. No gain on 4th and 2, and the Dowling defense holds as Dowling will take over 1st and 10 from inside the 30-yard line of Council Bluffs Lincoln. But the game clock is winding down. The running clock with the Maroons up 51-0. And we've come to the end of the third quarter, so stay with us. Back with the fourth quarter and the Hall of we already mentioned the Hall of Fame, the homecoming candidates and the winners. We'll talk more about that in the fourth quarter following these messages here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercyone.org.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Davenport, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by CTO. What great news for donors to the Catholic Tuition Organization. You now receive 75%. Yes, 75% of your donation back in Iowa tax credits beginning January 1st of this year. Your support has helped thousands of students attend our Catholic schools. Best gift ever. Online, ctoiowa.org. At CTO, the bottom line, it's for the kids and their future.
All right, we're underway here in the fourth quarter. Dowling running a play from scrimmage. It's 1st and 10 Dowling from the 30-yard line of Council Bluffs Lincoln. And Jack Moore gets the handoff and gets it down inside the 25 down to the 24. He picked up 6 yards on that first down.
Strong run for Jack again and get down inside there. And we got Cedric Robinson in the game at fullback.
All right, here is the Maroons back on the ground again. They give it to Jack Moore, and he grinds his way inside the 20, and he's past the first down marker. He had to get to the 19, and he picked it up.
He's determined not to go down, and until he got that first down, great run again there by Jack.
So the ball will be spotted right around the...
You know, these offensive linemen, as they run in, they're not used to this. That's a lot of running.
Down to the 18-yard line, and it's 1st and 10 Dowling from there. More on a couple of carries. As Dowling started this drive back on the Council Bluffs Lincoln 30, and now Dante Cataldo and read option to give us to Moore again, and gets inside the 15, and he stood up there at the 13, a gain of 5.
That offensive line, you know, you work all week, and they're going against the ones on defense and things like that, and these guys, they can play football, and they're getting out there and executing right now and look really good out front.
So the line of scrimmage is the 14-yard line of Council Bluffs Lincoln. 2nd and 6 Maroons. Dante Cataldo at quarterback. The read option to give is to the tailback, and I believe Moore stayed in there. He did not substitute out, and he is in there. Gets it down to the 13 for a gain of 1.
We got Trevor Haltorf in there, Tommy Von Carver out there right now, and looks like that's Clayton Witten in there also. Just a lot of kids getting out there, getting that pace of it. Danny Nielsen in there at tight end.
Nick Calvert split out wide to the left of the formation with 2 receivers left. And the read option, the give is to the tailback, and I don't think that's Moore.
No.
As he's hit and drop right at the 10-yard line. And let's see who gets up the bottom.
Strong finish to the run there. Looks like Cedric Robinson.
It is. Robinson with the carry, and he'll...
That was a strong run by Cedric. I mean, he finished that going forward, and it looked like he was going to be stopped, about 4 yards short, and he gets it down to 4th and 2.
Well, he gained 3. Now it's 4th and 2 at the 10-yard line. Dowling knocking on the door at the 10-yard line of Council Bluffs Lincoln. Cataldo, the quarterback. The give is to the tailback once again. Puts his head down, bowls his weight. He's got the first down. Nice job that time by Hunter Crutchlow.
Yeah, Hunter Crutchlow. He was not going to be denied that first down. Kept his drive alive for the Maroons and finished that strong.
Play. The handoff went over the right side, and he got outside the right guard and tackle and find just a seam. And it's 1st and goal Dowling at the 6. Crutchlow gain of 4.
And Anthony Cano in the game.
All right, pistol formation, and the give is to Crutchlow. Left side, puts his head down inside the 5, and he stood up at the 4 or 3-yard line for a gain of 2. It'll be 2nd and goal from about the 4-yard line.
Here we got 2 more people coming in. This is Johnny Stanfield coming into the game, and it looks like Tommy Von Carver is returning to the field, and as they interchange the offensive linemen.
All right, 2nd and goal from the 4. 8:20 remaining, fourth quarter. Dowling 51, Council Bluffs Lincoln nothing.
Oop.
And now penalty flags down. The handoff was going to go to Hunter Crutchlow, and they'll bring this back and assess it. John Chido, let's get you on mic here on this Dowling drive. You know a few of these young men that are out there, huh?
Yeah, I was sitting there I'm talking to Mark's Skigano's son. He's helping me with the numbers here. This is the one time I don't bring a roster, so.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
But, it is. Hunter Crutchlow's running hard tonight. It's good to see him get some action. He plays special teams most of the time, but he's a tough-nosed runner as well as along with Cam and the other guys.
All right, let's see if Cataldo now at quarterback. As Dowling kept it on the ground. They have not.
He's going to score.
And he will. Crutchlow in for the touchdown. Hunter Crutchlow from 4 yards out. As Dowling did not attempt one pass in that drive. It went about 9 plays, and 30 yards.
Nice strong run there. That offensive line just created a crease for him, and he got around the corner and he saw the end zone and wasn't going to be stopped.
9 plays, 30 yards on the Dowling drive as Cataldo will stay in to hold. And the extra point now from the Dowling kicker, and that will be David Roberts, who kicked one earlier. Ball down, and it's up and good. So the Maroons now lead at 58-0. With just under 8 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter, we'll come back, and we will talk homecoming court.
Homecoming.
Mr. Maynard, get your notes out. We're going to talk about these young people in the next possession. Dowling 58-0. And we'll be back after these messages here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Iowa Catholic Radio needs you, whether it's assisting with events, answering the phone, distributing yard signs, or being a parish ambassador. Iowa Catholic Radio depends on you to help connect listeners with Christ. Email contact@iowacatholicradio.com to get involved.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio provided by Northwest Bank. Commitment you can bank on. Northwest Bank is a community bank serving Iowa and Nebraska. NW.BANK. Thank you, Northwest Bank, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio.
Did you know you have a choice in your child's education? Smaller class sizes, dedicated teachers, a sense of community, and a caring learning environment. Whether it's in the classroom or at home, Diocese of Des Moines Catholic Schools deliver the best value in education, and we offer tuition assistance to help you afford it. Learn more about how the Catholic schools in the Des Moines Diocese might be the right choice for your child. Visit dmdiocese.org/schools.
Hey, we're back here at Valley Stadium. The kickoff by Dowling, and here's a return by Council Bluffs Lincoln. They get across the 20, and they'll be brought down at about the 22-yard line. Maroons lead it 58-0 as the Maroons scoring at will. That time Hunter Crushlow on a 4-yard touchdown, and the extra point good by David Roberts. Dowling on a 9-play, 30-yard drive and lead it here. Now Matt Maindring, as the offense for Council Bluffs Lincoln moves out. The homecoming of Dowling Catholic this year, 2021, the home sweet homecoming. Is that because of the sweet tooth we all have? Is that the nickname for it?
Candy theme this year, and the dress-up days were a lot of fun, and you see the kids and a lot of. I think the rancher cowboy thing was the most popular. All
right, as play is now run, as I believe Hayes has it once again. Let's take a look at the homecoming court this year. The first queen candidate, Emily Allen. Remember, St. Joseph's Parish on Des Moines' east side. And she was escorted by her dad, Mark, her stepmom, JoJo, and her grandma, Lil, and Grandpa Paul, and little brother, Chase. And what you got any?
Well,
what's skinny on this young lady, huh?
I mean, just involved in a lot of things, as many of these kids are. Best buddies and National Honor Society kid, just a great kid. And you see these kids in the hallway, and she's always a smile on the face, and just fun to be around.
The sweet treat that best describes Emily Allen, bubblegum, because she's bubbly.
Yeah, so there you go.
Will Bussey, I think you know this gentleman.
Yeah.
Will was escorted by his mom, Jennifer, dad, Dennis, and brothers James, Thomas, and Joe, and his sister-in-law, Mallory, and niece, Lucy. They were all escorted at halftime tonight as Council Bluffs Lincoln now with the football. We're trying to do a little bit of both here, homecoming court and football. First down as the quarterback, Lusaggio, kept it across the 30 up to the 35-yard line. And, Will Bussey, a member of St. Pius, and he's involved in a lot of things.
He's involved in a lot of things. Mascot for on this year, carries the flag out in the football field, and gets the pep rally, gets everybody going. And one moment for Will this year was, remember the last home game. Remember I said we had 3 kids out there picking up the garbage after everybody had left.
That was the Ankeny game.
Yeah, the Ankeny game here. Mm-hmm. I looked down, there's 3 kids out there doing it, and one of them is Will Bussey, leading that after everybody's gone, cleaning up the bleachers. Just
plans to run track and study agriculture at Iowa State next year, and that's awesome. Congratulations, Will Bussey. Another queen candidate, Lashley Bidding, and she was escorted tonight by her dad, Brent, her stepdad, Matt, and her brothers, Dannon, Jonathan, and Joshua. And her home parish is Sacred Heart, and she plans to attend a university in South Florida, major in fashion or communications. Look out. She'll have our job here before it's over. How about that?
And she is a bundle of energy as well. Just one of those people that's just a joy to be around. And this is the one that Mr. Chido.
We're gonna, Johnny. You better be on mic because I've got to introduce this. And our next, this Lashley Bidding. This is her homecoming date is Joey Chido.
You know that guy,
Johnny?
Well, what were we talking about upstairs before we came downstairs? Joey definitely outkicked his coverage on this one.
He's escorting. Your son is escorting a Lashley Bidding from Sacred Heart. They both went to school together, and. She is one of the Queen candidates, Mr. Chido. I didn't know if you knew that or got the press release.
No, you've made me aware of that this morning, so that's kind of funny. And I asked my son, I go, you're going with the homecoming Queen candidate? And he just had a big smirk on his face. So.
He wasn't going to let it. I mean, you went to Vegas. He didn't even tell you before you left?
No, I don't get informed on these things. Like I said, my daughter, she tells me everything.
Well, congratulations. I hope they have fun at homecoming 2021. And now here is a handoff. McCarthy with it on the end around. He's still with it. He's near a first down. Gets into Dowling territory. Maroons up 58-0. 3:40 remaining. And the final next candidate is King candidate, Mata Brua. We know a lot about him. He's back into the Dowling rotation at defensive line. He'll be attending college next year, and currently he's undecided about his major, but he'll be escorting Josie Patton to the dance. And the best candidate that describes Mata Brua, Sour Patch Kids. Yeah. Those kids still eat that?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, my gosh.
Mata, you couldn't wipe the smile off his face when he got announced that he was going to be a homecoming candidate, and a very deserving kid, and just to see him mature from his freshman year to now is just it's fun to see.
Congratulations to Mata. He was one of the candidates. The next Queen candidate is Kathleen Kane. She's a member of St. Pius Parish, and she was escorted by her mom, Kelly, her dad, Paul, sisters Molly, Aaron, and Colleen, and brother Daniel. And she is going to study sociology in college. Mm-hmm. And so congratulations to her. And let's see. We'll get the next.
They get out there and they lead, Kathleen and her sister, both, drum majors on the with the Vanguard in the band, and just in a lot of things, quiet leaders. So that's what I would call both of them, Kathleen, quiet leaders.
All right. Our next, we'll do both these. The King candidates are the twins, Joe and Tommy Hancock, escorted by their dad, Neil, grandmother Dawn, and grandpa Joe. And they're both members of St. Pius, and they're both going to be going to homecoming tomorrow night, right? It's at the Dowling. At the Dowling?
Outside on the football field.
Okay.
We're going to have, with all the, COVID things and everything else, it's a great opportunity to go try this. We're going to do it outside. Might be a little cool, but not too bad. It's nice out there right now. It's supposed to be a little warmer this weekend, but to get outside and have it from 8:30 to 10:30 tomorrow night, and it should be a lot of fun.
Well, Tommy Hancock is going to swim and study at the University of Denver, and Joe Hancock, his future is also plans to swim and study at the University of Denver, and they both have their dates for tomorrow night. Our next Queen candidate is Colleen Kane. She was escorted by her mom Kelly, dad Paul, and sisters Molly, Aaron, Kate, and brother Daniel, and they're members of St. Pius.
Yeah, again, out there in front of everybody with the band and involved in a ton of things. Again, you get National Honor Society kid and in soccer and everything else, and just a great leader. The Hancock boys, and it's just fun to watch them swim. You get a chance in this winter, and Coach Spike will have them out there, and they are great in the water.
Our next Queen candidate is Zusha Wheeler, escorted by her mom Goshu and dad Matthew and brother Adam. She's a member of Sacred Heart Parish, and she plans to attend Creighton and major in nursing and possibly a minor in Spanish, and plans to become a labor and delivery nurse. And
that's a focused job, right? You don't hear that very often.
No.
You don't. That take a lot of patience and a lot of things. Zusha she was out there leading the charge this summer. We did a Habitat for Humanity build in the parking lot, and she was out there leading the way, and another strong leader.
Injury on the field right now, Ethan Duong shaken up for Dowling Catholic on one of the defenders. Right now, 1st and 10 Council Bluffs Lincoln at the Dowling 21. Minute 25, the game clock continues to move, and so does Council Bluffs Lincoln. They had started this drive back on their own 23-yard line, and they keep the drive going. A little swing pass out to Andrade as a receiver, and Lusaggio hooks up with him, but for a short gain. Continuing on with the Dowling homecoming court, Daniel Liu, we talked about him. Tremendous tennis player. He was escorted tonight
champion.
By his escorted by his mom Kathy, his dad Al, and his brother David, member of St. Francis. And what a run here! You're going to play college tennis and major in biology and physics. And he's state champion. That's right.
Yeah. Great kid, and it's just the number of kids that we have that excel in different areas. And here's Daniel Liu, not quiet kid in the building, but then to go out and win a state championship in tennis, just fun to see.
All right, and our final candidate is Becca Youngers. She was escorted by her mom, Denise, and her dad, Mark, and her sister, Courtney, member of St. Pius. And she's going to homecoming with Joe Baumhomer. So, Miss Youngers?
Yeah, Miss Youngers, her dad, and mom. Dad was a year behind me in school, and the Northwest Iowa people. That's good stuff right there.
That's right. You were telling me that. Yeah. That's the Northwest Iowa tie-in.
That's the Northwest Iowa tie-in right there. And so I've known Mark for a long time, and good family.
All right, here's Lusaggio, first and goal, Council Bluffs Lincoln. He gets out of bounds right about the 3-yard line. Game clock continues to run. They're going to have to hustle or take a timeout.
Imagine they'll call a timeout. They're going to get in there and run one. They're going to get up. They're going to hustle up and run it.
Yeah, they got.
We got people running in and out.
They have 2 timeouts remaining. It'll be
they get off the field.
Second and goal from the 2. Lusaggio now read option. He gets in to the end zone. Touchdown. No penalty flags down. So with 3 seconds remaining, Council Bluffs Lincoln avoids the shutout here in the fourth quarter as Lusaggio, the quarterback, took it in.
That. He took a lot of punishment tonight and worked hard all night long, and that was a well-earned touchdown. Here we got the old swinging gate.
Yeah, 13 plays and 77 yards on the Council Bluffs Lincoln touchdown. It's 58-6 with 3 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. Now we'll get to our king and queen.
Kings.
And Kings, it was a tie. Congratulations to the first king. That was Joe Baumhover, and he's from Assumption Catholic Church down in Granger. As the extra point is up and good, so it is 58-7 right now for Council Bluffs Lincoln. We'll keep it here.
Yeah,
with 3 seconds remaining.
Joe and Becca, they do the afternoon announcements, and so that's fun to hear them every day. They get out there and talk to the whole school. Joe, great kid, hard to miss him. He must stand about 6'6".
Oh my goodness!
6'5". Yeah, he's a tall kid, and a lot of fun. Again, 2 kids. Joe, just a kid you never see him not in a good mood. He's always out there in a good space.
So Joe Baumhover is the first king, co-king candidate or finalist, and the other is Jason Oberlin. He was escorted by his mom, Mary Kay, his dad, Glenn, and his brother, Austin, member of St. Francis, and he is the second homecoming king. So we have Jason Oberlin and Joe Baumhover as our co-kings.
Here we got another Sour Patch Kids guy. You thought those things were out of style. They're still.
Yeah, you're right. This did show up again. The homecoming queen is Eva Linner from St. Augustine's Parish. She's going to homecoming with Joseph Lawyer, and congratulations on the queen, Eva Leonard. And Eva is involved with cheerleading, tennis, student ambassadors, Oot Phenom, and Students for Life, and wants to study graphic design in the future. Congratulations to the king and their courts.
Yeah,
how about that?
Great representation of Dowling Catholic High School, and I give a shout out to Casey Tickle, Laura Catch, and Becca Cooling as they lead our Maroon Council, and we had a great week, great homecoming week. Kids were outstanding all week long, and it was just a lot of fun. It felt like high school homecoming week this week,
and as it should.
Yeah.
Now I got to ask a question. Hey, Mr. Chido, you still with us down there? I know we were going through a bunch of names, but are you going to be one of the chaperones tomorrow night at the football field?
I don't know if they want me as a chaperone.
Well, I'm asking. That's
I think that's pretty neat how you guys are doing that out on the football field under the lights. That's what a cool deal.
Yeah. It is, and hopefully the weather will hold. I think it will, and this will be the final play, the kickoff by Council Bluffs Lincoln, fielded by Dowling, and a nice return that time up to about the 30-yard line. That'll end the contest as Dowling will win this. That was Hank Brown on the return. 58-7 is our final. Dowling with the win. The Maroons now improve their record to 2-3 on the season. Council Bluffs Lincoln falls to 3-2, and a much-needed win for the Maroons as they are bouncing back from a tough schedule, a tough start, and that drive on I-80 from Iowa City was a long one, Matt. I can just tell you. I passed the Dowling buses by Grinnell, and I got home right around midnight. I know they got home a little bit later, but you don't want to see too much of that. Maybe those tough games early will pay off later. Who knows?
You earn your stripes, and, looking at the season prior to the season, Coach Wilson and company knew they had the gauntlet. As soon as the schedule came out last year, I mean, that was the talk, that the first part of the season, our schedule, the Dowling Catholic schedule, was tougher than anybody's. And, and to lose two of those games essentially on the last play of the game. It was right at the end of the game.
With Southeast Polk.
Hail Mary pass, which would have put it into overtime, and then against Iowa City, really close to being 3-1, end up 1-3, but they battled tonight, and this can help this team grow.
It certainly will.
Confidence.
Well, Dowling's next opponent is Johnston, and tonight Waukee got their first win tonight at home as they defeated Johnston 31-12, and that'll be Dowling's next opponent. So Johnston goes down for the second week in a row. It'll be Dowling at Johnston next week. We have the final stats. Jared Seifert, one of the math teachers at Dowling, provides us the live game stats, and we're going to run those down before we go to break. We'll catch up with head coach Tom Wilson and maybe a player or two. We got to nominate. We'll talk to Johnny off mic during our commercial break. But I got to think Adam Townsend might be a candidate. He scored a defensive touchdown on a pick six, and he had an offensive touchdown. Carson Brown might be another. We'll let Johnny kind of sort that out. Well, the final numbers: Dowling with 342 yards of total offense tonight. Council Bluffs Lincoln with 120. The Maroons with 148 yards on the ground, or in the air rather, 194 yards on the ground. Council Bluffs Lincoln with 4 yards passing and 116 yards rushing. The Maroons were penalized 6 times for 43 yards. Council Bluffs Lincoln 6 penalties for 31 yards, as Dowling had 20 first downs, and Council Bluffs Lincoln with 12. Dante Cataldo, his first passing mark of this season. He's been in running a few times. 5 for 5 passing, 106 yards and a touchdown, no interceptions. The other quarterback, the senior Jake English, who got the start, 4 or 5 passing for 42 yards tonight. And for Council Bluffs Lincoln, Eli Lusaggio, 4 out of 9 passing for 4 yards, no touchdowns, and 1 interception. Leading ball carrier on the ground for Dowling was Cam Middleton, 6 carries, 64 yards, a pair of touchdowns. C.J. Phillip, 4 carries for 51 yards and a touchdown. Jack Moore, 8 carries, 45 yards and a touchdown. Hunter Crutchlow, 7 carries for 25 yards and a touchdown. Jake English, 1 carry for 7 yards. And Adam Townsend, 1 carry for 2 yards and a touchdown. For Council Bluffs Lincoln, their leading ball carrier was their tailback, and that was Mikhail Hayes, or rather Eli Lusaggio was their leading ball carrier. Their quarterback, 20 carries for 64 yards and a touchdown. Mikhail Hayes, 11 carries for 30 yards. And their other tailback, Caden McDowell, had 10 carries for 23 yards. Leading receiver for Dowling, Carson Brown, 2 catches, 87 yards and a touchdown. Jalen Thompson, 1 catch for 18 yards. And C.J. Phillip, 1 catch for 12 yards. And leading receiver for Council Bluffs Lincoln was Carlos Andrade, 2 catches for 2 yards. Again, the final, Dowling 58, Council Bluffs Lincoln 7. The Maroons with 342 yards of total offense. And Council Bluffs Lincoln with 120 yards of total offense. Thanks to Jarek Seifert for the final numbers. We're going to take a break and come back. Post-game show, we'll have interviews on the field with John Chido. Along with Matt Mandring, I'm Mark Amadale. And we'll be back to Valley Stadium on Dowling's homecoming. Final score, Dowling 58, Council Bluffs Lincoln 7. And we'll be back with the post-game show following these messages here on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Thank you, Ashworth Vision Clinic, for underwriting Dowling Catholic Sports 365 on Iowa Catholic Radio. Ashworth Vision Clinic online at ashworthvision.com. Ashworth Vision Clinic, 515-440-4610.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Construction Professionals. Construction Professionals does remodeling and new construction. Construction Professionals is a Catholic family business built on a strong foundation. CPCustomHomes.com. Thank you, Construction Professionals, for supporting Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Dental Associates, addressing your smile needs and dreams. 515-225-6742. Des Moines-DentalAssociates.com. Thank you, Dental Associates, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio. Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Chemin, a global ingredient manufacturer using science to transform the quality of life for 80% of the world with their products and services. Chemin, using science to transform the world. Chemin.com. Thank you, Chemin, for your support of Iowa Catholic Radio.
Hey, we're back here at Valley Stadium, West Des Moines. Final score tonight in Week 5 of the high school football season. Dowling 58, Council Bluffs Lincoln 7. The Maroons improved their record to 2-3 overall. Council Bluffs Lincoln falls to 3-2. Let's go down to the field, and John Chido, our sideline reporter, has a couple of guests he's going to interview, and one of them is Mr. Gokenauer, I believe, Cale Gokenauer. And take it over, Johnny.
Well, Kel, it's great to see you guys get back on the winning streak here and start to finish domination up front. And I was talking about you a little bit on the radio tonight about your lead blocking as a fullback, running the power and stretch and being able to let the running back set the edge. Talk a little bit tonight about that.
Oh, yeah. The whole week we've just been getting ready for this game. We knew we had to bounce back, and we just had to grow as a team. And just thinking about, helping the guys get in that usually don't get in, we all were motivated to come out here and just start off fast, and we did.
Yeah, and we were talking that you do all the tough work, and a lot of times you don't get a lot of credit. You and Caden Sanders, playing that fullback position, you don't get carries. You're the lead blocker, and you open the holes for these guys back here, and you got a lot of fight in you, and it's nice to see that tonight.
Yeah, me and Sanders, we don't care. We don't. We like to see our boys score some touchdowns, and we like to just celebrate with all of our linemen and everything, and it's always fun. We love just getting a nice block, and we don't need the credit. We love it.
Spoken like a true team player. Well, Kel, good luck next week, and keep it going.
Thank you.
John Chido, thank you for that interview. I know you're going to get set up for the next one, but Caden Sanders had a birthday. I don't know if he's still around. You might want to wish him happy birthday there, Johnny.
I don't know where Caden's at. It is Caden's birthday.
Yeah. So,
yeah.
All right.
You guys know that? Okay.
58-7, Dowling the winner tonight. Let's go back down to John Chido, and I think he's going to catch up with a guy who scored on both sides of the ball, Adam Townsend. Pick 6 and a touchdown run on offense. Take it away, Johnny.
Well, Adam, you scored a touchdown on offense. Then you have a pick 6 on defense. And I was watching you go in the end zone, and like a true defensive player, you kind of looked like you were going to take on contact or just get to the end zone.
Yeah, just kind of focus on getting to the end zone. It was more of a juke move, but I don't know how much my running back stuff stays around on defense, so it kind of, I was just focused on getting to the end zone, trying to score,
Well, you have double duty with getting carries at running back, and we saw that last year as well, and playing linebacker too. But you have a motor and you keep going, and we can't say enough about the defense and the defensive line, especially allowing you guys as linebackers to run free.
Yeah, like you said, it's a team game. It's not just one guy out there. All 11 of us, I just do what the coaches ask me to do, what's best for the team. So it's just a team game, All 11 guys got to be playing their hardest.
Well, congratulations. It was great to see you guys get a win tonight. It's been a tough schedule to start, and you guys had it rolling tonight.
Thank you. Have a good night.
All right, John Chido with on the field with a couple of guests, Adam Townsend and Cale Gokenauer, as John's going to move over to head coach Tom Wilson. It'll be a different night than we had a week ago. Dowling with the win tonight, 58-7 over Council Bluffs Lincoln. Mark Amadale, Matt Mandring, and Coach has made his way over to Johnny. And Johnny, take it away with Coach Wilson.
Coach, congratulations on a great victory tonight, start to finish. You did a lot of nice things in the first half to get the offense going and moving the ball down the field. Defense played well. Your overall thoughts on tonight?
Well, I thought it was very good. I thought we did a good job up front, but it was nice, CJ and Cam getting those guys going with a lot of positive yards, which was nice. We mixed in the pass game. Dante throwing the deep ball on a couple of different times, which was good to see. And just overall good night for us. Just because we get everybody in the ball game and a lot of them with extensive playing time, which, it's been a grind for us with the schedule that we've played, but hopefully we can get some things going in the right direction.
And we were talking about, Adam Townsend scoring a touchdown on offense and coming back with that pick and being able to get in the end zone too. And it seemed like the defensive line was in that backfield all night tonight.
Oh, they were, and, I think we're accustomed to that usually being Pettis, but, you saw guys like Mata with the big sack and chasing the guy down behind. I thought Kai Woods showed up some tonight in the interior, which was nice to see. And really, I think what was really good is we were mixing a lot of kids in there, and obviously we gave up the late score, but for the most part, offensively, we didn't do a bad job at all. We kind of kept churning along, and then defensively really did a pretty good job.
Well, Coach, best luck next week, and keep it going.
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you, John Chido, with head coach Tom Wilson is Dowling a winner tonight as they defeat Council Bluffs Abraham Lincoln 58-7. And I want to thank Coach Wolf, John Wolf, the head coach at Council Bluffs Lincoln, his 8th year, for his help preparing us for our contest tonight. And, of course, as always, Tom Wilson for setting aside time to be interviewed, not only after the game, but halftime and before the game. And always great to have that. And Matt Mandering joining me up here in the press box. I know as Johnny's making his way up, but what a night it was. Let's run down some scores. Roosevelt losing on the road at number 2 Ankeny. It was Ankeny 49, Roosevelt 6, a final there. Southeast Polk gets back on the winning column with a 49-7 win at home over Waterloo West, a team we saw in the playoffs last year. It was 4th-ranked Valley winning up at Marshalltown by the score of 42-12. Other games, as 6th-ranked Urbandale winning at home. They defeated Des Moines East 49-7. And other games, Dowling's next opponent is Johnson. Well, Johnson now has lost 2 in a row. It was Waukee getting their first victory tonight, 31-12 over Johnson at Waukee Stadium. And so that's some of the scores that we have. And here again, it was Dowling 58-7 over Council Bluffs Lincoln. We want to wish the Council Bluffs fans safe journey home. I know they had a traffic tie-up. We got started late. That's why we're on late tonight. We're after the 10 o'clock hour is because the Council Bluffs buses got involved with in the traffic jam that happened after a severe wreck on I-80 over by Stewart. So we were delayed about a half hour before the kickoff here. Thus, we're delayed now.
Yeah, it's tough on those kids being out there in that bus all night and anticipating a game and having to sit there and wait. And, it's a long journey. But, the thing that impressed me tonight, I think, early on was how that offensive line just really came out in attacking. And haven't seen that level or that intensity out of them yet. And they came out and had their way in that first half.
Yeah, they certainly did, and the Maroons took advantage of great field position, something that didn't happen to Dowling last week at Iowa City.
No.
Iowa City High scored 3 times inside the 35-yard line at different points of the game. Well, the Maroons turned the tables on Council Bluffs Lincoln and accounted for that. And the Maroons, with a pair of touchdowns from Cam Middleton, Adam Townsend with a pick 6 and a touchdown, so he scored on both sides of the ball. Hunter Crutchlow, a touchdown. Jack Moore, a touchdown tonight. And the Maroons had capitalized also in there a safety with the ball snapped out of the end zone on a punt by Council Bluffs Lincoln. So the Maroons took advantage of everything they had, including great field position.
Yeah, it was all facets of the game tonight. You get your defense scores, you get a safety, you get Dante Cataldo coming in and throwing, his first 2 throws, his average there was pretty good. And Jake English comes in and runs the offense well, and so all pieces of the game. Last week you mentioned, we hadn't seen Carson Brown's name getting called at all, and tonight he comes out with a couple big plays, and Cam Middleton running like Cam Middleton can, and C.J. Phillip, trying to develop that 1-2 punch that this offense can give. And as this team continues to mature and grow, that's going to be key for him, and then to have those threats down the field into Carson Brown. We saw a little bit of Jalen Thompson tonight too, and great athlete that can call it. He can get out there and do it as well.
All right, we're going to take a break. It'll be our final break of the night. Dowling winning on homecoming, 58-7 over Council Bluffs Lincoln, alongside Matt Maindring. I'm Mark Hamadale. John Chido here tonight. We'll wrap up things, talk about some of the things going on this weekend with Dowling, besides homecoming tomorrow night on the football field at Dowling. We'll also had the Athletic Hall of Fame inductees, and we want to congratulate those honors that were bestowed on them. We'll catch up with some other things going on as we return to the postgame show here at Valley Stadium. Again, the final, 58-7, Dowling over Council Bluffs Lincoln. Back after these messages on the Iowa Catholic Radio Network.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio comes from Mercy One, your expert circle of personalized care for all your health needs. With more care locations than anyone, your best life is their one purpose. Find your doctor at mercy1.org.
Support for Iowa Catholic Radio is provided by Skeffington's Formal Wear, in business since 1951, with locations in Des Moines, West Des Moines, Davenport, Coralville, and Ankeny. Skeffington's Formal Wear, fitting you for life celebrations. Online at skeffingtons.com.
What is the best gift ever? Giving a Catholic education is at the top of my list. Your contribution to CTO helps families send their children to our Catholic schools who otherwise could not afford it. In giving to CTO, you receive the best tax credits ever. Pledge or donate online at ctoiowa.org. The bottom line, it's for the kids and their future.
Listener-supported Iowa Catholic Radio, 1150 AM KWKY Des Moines, 94.5 FM K233BT Des Moines, 88.5 FM KIHS Adel, 90.9 FM KLOX Creston.
And welcome back to Valley Stadium. Final segment here on our post-game show. Mark Hamadale joined by Matt Maindring. John Chido has made his way. You still have the mic? Yeah, get over here so we can see. I mean, we're not on TV tonight. That's the thing. We let our guard down. We're not on TV. And the Maroons with the win, 58-7 over Council Bluffs Lincoln. And Matt, I know a lot of things are going on. We mentioned homecoming, Athletic Hall of Fame, but there's other activities, other Dowling teams out there tonight, and one's in Minnesota.
Yeah, boys cross country running up in Minnesota at the GRIAC, which is a big event in the Midwest. Yeah, and
prestigious.
And took second place up there tonight, so it ran well, and just, Coach has a great program going there, and those boys just continue to battle all the time.
Yes, they do. And Dowling volleyball team in action this week. They had a big win on Tuesday night over Southeast Polk, 3-0 out at Southeast Polk, and then they split last night. They defeated St. James Academy out of Kansas, 2-0, and then they took on Coach Wilson's old school, Dyke New Hartford, and lost 2-0.
What a match! That Dyke New Hartford game, back and forth. Mm-hmm. Boy, that's a buzzsaw, that Dyke New Hartford outfit. They are a talented bunch, and the ball didn't find the ground very much.
So. Mary Beth Wiskus, who will be our guest next week on our halftime. Her team now 16-8 on the season, and ranked 4th in Class 5A, having a fine season. And last weekend, knocking off number 1 and 2 at a tournament. So they're doing well.
They are peaking.
Yep. Dowling girls cross country team was last night. They were at the 11-team Indianola Invitational, placing 4th. Congratulations to Molly O'Halloran from Holy Trinity, by the way, a freshman, placing 7th. I had to get that in with amongst the Sacred Heart and the St. Pius and St. Francis folks. So congratulations to Molly. And boys golf, I sat next to Ron Gray today during the Hall of Fame, and I said, "You've been a busy week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I mean, goodness." Maroons placed in 2nd at the Southeast Polk Invitational. They placed 2nd at the Valley Classic at Willow Creek on Monday, and then they were at. They defeated Johnson in a dual meet, so they've had a busy week.
They've had a busy week, and it's a solid group the boys have this year, and they are always right there, a couple strokes away from winning a lot of things, and they're going to be fun to watch as they head down the stretch, which is coming close.
Yeah, it is.
Already.
John Chido, we were talking earlier about boys golf, and Dowling's district in boys golf, they have 4 ranked teams, and they only take 2 to state out of each sectional or region or sub-state, and they have 4, so 2 ranked teams are not going to make it. I kind of wish Boone would kind of split that up like they do football and some of the other sports.
Yeah, that makes it tough too, and it comes down to strategy, because you're trying to figure out, okay, who you're going to place your guys, because it's just not one guy. You have, I think, there's 4 or 5 that play, and those scores that come in, like your 4 or 5, that's where these come really important, especially in district play.
And also this week, girls swimming, fourth-ranked Dowling swim team defeated Southeast Polk by 76 points the other night at Southeast Polk. And tomorrow they'll be at the 19 Valley Invitational beginning tomorrow morning at 8:30. Girls volleyball team will be on the road at Cedar Falls in a 16-team matches beginning at 9 o'clock. So and both the Dowling girls swim team and the volleyball team ranked fourth. So a lot of the teams in the fall, I just noticed number 4, number 10 Dowling football team.
Yeah.
Cross country ranked, boys cross country ranked first, and the girls cross country is ranked 7th. So that says a lot about the caliber of young athletes.
Yeah, and the coaches just do an outstanding job, and it's this off-season work, and it's all this preparation getting into the fall. And I think, you treasure it a little bit more after a year of such uncertainty of whether or not you're going to play and whatever else. You're going to do these things, and the kids stayed with it, put in the time, and a shout-out to our coaches and the parents and support all the way through. And, and you take and look at the band tonight, too, and all the groups that are out there doing their thing. It's just it's fun, and that's what makes every day special at DCHS. There's no doubt about it.
And you mix in the middle school kids.
Yeah.
We had Coach Jepson on. He talked about that first weekend when Dowling played Anke in the home opener, Johnny, all the Catholic football kids running across the field. What a thrill it is, because you're playing in a stadium like this, and if you're a young middle schooler, you aspire to be here on Friday nights, not Saturday mornings, which is fine now, but you aspire to be here, and that's a great experience. The kids in the band tonight, the middle school band playing before with the big kids.
Yeah.
And that's pretty special, and Coach Jepson talked a little bit about that at half.
Oh, it is, and what's so neat about this senior class, I've been coaching a lot of these kids since they were in 4th grade, and now watching them be their senior year, it's just amazing how, number one, how time flies. But we always talked about that when they're young kids, about someday playing here and playing underneath the lights and the Friday night experience and the whole Dowling experience and the tradition. And now these kids this is their last year. And it's just, it's special to watch.
It is.
I think they learned a lot about how to ask somebody out for a date. The kids are no longer playing middle school football for you, Johnny. I mean, Joey Chidle asked Lashley Bidding on the homecoming court out, and she said yes.
Was his dad ever that brave?
Oh, heck no. Yeah, there's stories there that we don't have time for tonight, man, unfortunately. But
that's good.
He's just boiling up. I knew that was going to happen.
If they had social media and that type of stuff back in my day, I would never get a date because
Hey, it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun, and you were down there in the field, Johnny. It had to be even more fun. Those athletic Hall of Fame candidates. Hats off to Mrs. Balducci. I still call her that, Mrs. Balducci. Judy Balducci and John Wilkinson. Remember that?
Yes, I remember walking by that office down that hallway where the old athletic department used to be.
Right.
In that window. She was always there, always smiling. Always was great to see her.
Point of entry at Dowling back in the day.
It was.
Now Coach Wilson moved to the back with you guys.
Yeah,
you administrators can't get in there. Got to have a security pass, and Colleen's up front.
Keep the riffraff out.
They got to make a phone call. And before it was right up there. The point of entry at Dowling was Judy Balducci's office to John Hayes and many more. So hats off to them, and of course the athletes that went in. Becca Hittner, what a tremendous career she had, and
she sure
Jake
did.
Yasinich and. McMurray. I mean,
well, just listen to the resume that you guys are going over of the candidates for the homecoming king and queen.
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic. All the involvement that they're in and what these kids do, and
these kids are just busy. And then they keep the faith part in there too. Programs like Good Feed 'em and these other things. These kids are engaged and growing in their faith and taking all the things that they have the ability to do at Dowling Catholic High School and take it all the way. And it's not just for show. I mean, it's who these kids are, and it's fun to see.
It is.
It is.
And you know that too, because you got a son going through right now, and next year I'll have a daughter, and she's
my last one will be there next year.
Yeah, and we're talking. It's like, hey, you don't have to be an athlete, you don't have to be out for band, but find something to do. There's plenty of activities.
Absolutely.
And if you don't know, Mr. Mickle will help you out.
That's right.
Is that right? We found that out in week 1 or week 2.
Well, we just started a Dungeons and Dragons club again. So, I mean, some things rebound.
Do you need a coach? This guy over here, I think, knows a little bit.
That's going way back.
That's going way back.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So they meet in your office after school? Is that how it works?
No. I missed that one. The Dungeons and Dragons thing kind of escaped me.
Well, gentlemen, we got to go. It's been a late night. It's been a great night.
Yeah.
And a good win for the Maroons and Coach Wilson and the football team, but lots of things going on. And John Chido, thanks for all you do on the field. How was it down there? Was it getting cold? Or
No, actually it was
okay?
nice and relaxing.
Okay.
Dr. Sullivan was down there from DeMoss.
Yeah.
Schulte's watching Notre Dame this weekend, so I got to meet him, and what a great guy he is. And
Schulte's in Chicago.
Yeah.
Wisconsin, Notre Dame tomorrow at 11.
We're talking about Notre Dame.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
Good for him. So Dr. Sullivan's good.
Yeah.
He's a good egg, too. Matt, anything else you want to
I think that, it is the heart of the fall right now as far as athletics and everything else. Everything starts to hit this gear, and it'll happen with golf first as they end their postseason. But a lot of things coming up. We got grandparents' mass coming up in a couple of weeks,
right.
and a lot of things moving on. The kids got Monday off. We have an in-service day. We give our teachers some time to do some work, and away we go.
All right, we'll celebrate homecoming safely.
Yes.
And if you have a chaperone like Johnny here, and
I'll keep an eye. I'll be there.
I figured you would.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye out.
I figured you would. Guys, thank you. We'll be at Johnson next week. Should be a great game, and I know we have we did a trade, Miklo for Boston, right? Or was it Boston for Miklo? I forgot how that worked.
They sent about 2 over. Boston was worth about 2. We won't tell him that. So
don't let him know that.
No,
it was a player to be named later.
Yeah, player to be named later. Well, it was. So this is funny. Miklo comes over, but we get a Spanish teacher at the last moment from over there, and then there's a science teacher, Chris Magoon, who retired from Johnston, and we kind of talked her into coming in and filling the hole for us for a little while. So yeah. So really, it was 2.5.
Well, we hope to catch up with Grant. Grant,
the
former administrator at Dowling, moves back over to Johnson, teaching with his wife, and coaching the defensive line at Johnston. So I don't know if he's in the press box or is he on the field.
I'm sure he's down the field.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got to catch up. That might be an interview.
Yeah.
You know what? I miss Grant and watching him break down games and how engaging he is and the statistic he uses, and it was awesome.
Yeah. Coach Campbell doing that now. Jason Campbell now the defensive coordinator, doing a great job. Well, gentlemen, that'll wrap things up. I got this read to get out of the way, and then we're done. Happy homecoming, happy Athletic Hall of Fame, happy weekend.
Yeah.
And we want to thank all the folks all this week because we're the anchor who pledged to Iowa Catholic Radio. We had our fundraiser all week, started on Monday morning at 6:45 with Matt Wilkham, our executive director, ended tonight right before we went on the air. Mm-hmm. And I want to thank everybody that pledged their support to Iowa Catholic Radio. We're funded by our listeners, and that includes the ones that listened on Friday nights for high school football and Tuesday and Friday during basketball. We want to thank everybody. So thanks for your tax-deductible donation. You can still make that at iowacatholicradio.com online. Matt and John, thank you.
All right. Thank you, Mark.
Let me know how Saturday night goes on the football field. All right. That'll wrap things up. Hey, we got to thank people behind the scenes. That includes our studio producer Brady Grimm sitting in tonight for Jeff Piggott, for all the folks that are behind the scenes, including our business underwriters and supporters of Iowa Catholic Radio. Thank you, including all that supported Iowa Catholic Radio this week. Our executive director is Matt Wilkham. He did a great job of leading the charge there. Our next broadcast will be next Friday night. We'll be at Johnston as 10th-ranked Dowling takes on Johnston. Pre-game back to normal time, 6:30, and kickoff at 7 o'clock from Johnston High School. Sorry about that, folks. Interrupted here by people in the press box. For my broadcast partners, Matt Mandring and John Chido. For our halftime guest, Andy Jepson, president of Catholic Football League. This is Mark Amadale saying goodnight and so long from Valley Stadium. And the final score for the final time, Dowling Catholic with the win, 58-7 over Council Bluffs Lincoln. And our thanks to the folks at Council Bluffs Lincoln, head coach John Wolf, his athletic director Jeff Novotny, and Pamela Pick in the athletic office. Thanks to them for helping us with our broadcast. And that'll wrap things up. Until then, congratulations to the homecoming court here at Dowling and the inductees to the Athletic Hall of Fame at Dowling for 2021. Until next week, this is Mark Amadale saying goodnight and so long, and have a safe and blessed, faith-filled weekend.
Coverage of Dowling Catholic sports is underwritten by Ashworth Vision Clinic, Construction Professionals, Dental Associates, Kemen, Mercy One, the Catholic Tuition Organization, Skeffington's Formalware, Bosun the Florist, Northwest Bank, and Catholic United Financial. Please support the businesses that underwrite Iowa Catholic Radio. The proceeding has been a Dowling Catholic sports presentation on Iowa Catholic Radio.